'Cause there ain't no one. Okay, we're gonna pee some shit real quick. Okay? Cause I seen some shit.
Angie Martinez.
I seen the picture and he was staying with these two people. But there's that dude I seen at fucking the shop that I finished my rolling tray at. And it wasn't him, but it was like another one of him and shit, just walking around and shit. It look like shit.
Martinez in Real Life podcast.
This person,
You're the baby. You're the baby of the podcast. I feel like everybody should like properly welcome
She do
JT though. I feel like JT.
So this is what they be saying when they say JT and shit.
JT.
everybody,
Good energy. JT is the baby of the podcast.
I'm the baby of the podcast.
Hey.
I'm so lucky.
I'm so happy.
I'm happy.
I was minding my business. I was sitting somewhere and I was just talking about the podcast and how great. I was talking about some episode. Oh, I was at Fat Joe's house. That's where I was.
Mm-hmm.
I was at Fat Joe's house. His wife is one of my best friends. We were sitting there eating, talking shit about the podcast. And I was telling them how great an episode I had just shot, Taraji P. Henson's episode. We were talking about it. And then you DM me out of nowhere. And I was like, oh. She said, you said I want to do the show.
Yes.
I said, JT just DM me. She said she wants to do the show. I thought it was so dope.
I want to do the show. Yeah, I love your show. I watch it. I'm so mature on the low. Like, I was watching the show. I'm like, am I of age to go on this show? Like, I was
Stop
gonna
it. You better stop it right now.
No, and I'm no shade, because I love everybody that comes on the show. But I was like, is this just like a show for mature people? Should I ask, or like, should I have my team ask? I'm like, she'll see my DM faster.
No, it made me so happy because I don't want it to be for just like the first couple of guests I had were all women, and I was like, I don't want guys to think it's just for women, but I don't want nobody to feel like that because I feel like real life is real life for everybody. Yeah. Like your real life is very different than some of my other guests, but that's what it's about. It's like, what is your real life like, and what are you going through, and what are your challenges and your dreams and the things that because we could all learn from each other. I don't think there's age on that. I don't think there's age on that.
And that's what I was saying. I was like, okay, let me just sneak in. But I'm glad you said it.
Fuck. What? I was thinking like fucking 19 or some shit when they talking about that. JT's the youngest person on the... What the fuck?
Because I feel like your podcast has range and it inspires like everybody. Like so many people I look up to came on your show. Like so I'm like...
Which ones did you watch? Tell me right now so I could get gas.
I watched Lauren London.
Lauren London's so good.
I watched Kelly Rowlands. Mm-hmm. I watched... Wait. It's one more person. I definitely watched Kim Kardashian's on. But it's one more person like in between there. I don't want to say...
Was it one of the guys? Was it...
Usher? know.
Ashanti, Usher.
Ashanti.
You watched
Ashanti. It was Ashanti.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
Ashanti.
So you watched all the girls. You ain't watched none of the guys. You didn't watch Mike Tyson. You ain't watch Usher.
Her tongue like strawberry
I
milk and
did watch
bananas.
some of Usher's. I didn't watch the full thing. I'm a big fan of Usher's.
Yeah.
So I watched some of Usher, but I did not finish it out.
Yeah.
But I finished all of women because I'm such a... I feel like I learned so
Shaking
much
shit.
from women.
Yeah.
Like, I fuck with men too, but I feel like I learned so much about... And because when I come up, unfortunately, I was in prison. I want to look like this, and tomorrow I want to look like this. I was like a black sheep in my house.
Yeah.
So I just was trying to like post a little bit, and then the song that... And because when I come up, unfortunately, I was in prison.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was very an unfortunate situation that I kind of beat myself up about to this day. Like,
Still?
damn, yes. I'd be like, if I would have never went to prison, we would have been here, like, or we would have been on this level because I feel like rapping is my skill, and I feel like when I got out. As soon as I got out, I had to go to the halfway house, and a lot of people did not understand. I had to do like 6 months in the halfway house, meaning I could not shoot a video, I could not be seen for real, and I used to sneak and do like posts, but like I swear to God, my last week of the halfway house, I got in big trouble, and I almost got sent back to prison for posting, and I was like,
It's not worth it.
Yeah, because I was letting people get in my head because so many people was typing on the internet like, she came home, she did nothing, but I couldn't do nothing, and there was so many people at the time coming up. Oof. And when we first came in, it was not that many girls coming up. So I felt like I had a responsibility to get out and like give back to my group, but I couldn't. I couldn't give nothing because I was in a halfway house.
Yeah.
So I just was trying to like post a little bit, and then the song that we came out with, we didn't like that song that much, but I just wanted to put
Which
out
one?
something. It's not even remember. It's called You Tried It or some shit like that.
Okay.
But it was just like a crazy situation. So it seems as if I went back into it, but I never did. I never did because first of all, I had to go to the halfway house. Second of all, as soon as I got out of the halfway house March 6th, and the pandemic hit.
Ay.
The pandemic hit soon as
your
I
whole
was able.
world is
Like
like
it was
crazy.
unbelievable. It was just like I knew it. Like I knew it was too good to be true. Like I know my life is just cannot be perfect
Yeah.
for no way whatsoever.
I want to talk about that whole time, but I would love, because there might be some people that don't know all that much about like how you even got there, and young JT and who she is, and
how I
you
got to rapping or
how you even got to that point, where you're in a group and you got locked up, and
like
you have to be, because if as a little girl in a house like that, you probably trying to stand out, right? You're trying to find your way.
Yeah, like basically just felt like at home I wasn't getting enough attention. So when I go to school, I would act out all the time just for that attention. And then it would result into me getting my ass whooped all the fucking time because I was so bad. They was having their way and they was doing what they wanted to do. When I got down there,
Where is this? This is in, where was this?
I was,
You're like,
she got to put grocery and all of that stuff more. And then I don't really talk to him like
you don't
that.
have any talk.
I don't have nothing against him, but I don't really talk. I feel like I'm a dog. I don't really need
But it hasn't been
like divine timing. Like when like I got my indictment, it was like a week after we dropped our song. It was so crazy. Like I wanted to go to the studio. My friend was telling me like, oh, you need to be a rapper, because we used to freestyle on the road, and I was so good at it. I would kill it every time. And my friend was like, you that bitch? And I was like, I can't fold. I gotta go to jail.
I can't even imagine.
Glad that it landed the way that it did land, but sometimes I kind of beat myself up for it because I felt like if I would have never went to prison, we could have pushed like more so, and I feel like me going to prison kind of like segregated it a little bit, and it was like if I become strong-minded enough to know what you came here for,
Get it done.
and be great at that. And I feel like that's what I was lacking over these years. And it's somebody so special to me who told me that.
Who did that?
No, not gonna say.
Your boo?
No. No, him too, but no. It was a female, and she was a rapper, and she just got the most toughest love ever. Like she'll tell you some shit, and the
This
moment
has to be Nikki.
yeah, and you'll be like. And then you'll think about it like, she's so right. Like, you came here you got this talent. You got this gift. You can write this down. And not many people can do this. So you need to come and you need to do what you came to do. And you need to go as hard as you can. You can't think about outside opinions, because that's my problem. I let everything just get in my ear because I think they're right for whatever reason. Because it's like, if you're so right, you'll be on a different level. You won't just be talking. You'll be getting to it.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's where I'm at right now in my career. Just getting to it, giving the people what I'm here for, which is music, and being unapologetically me. Because I feel like if I shut up, nobody have nothing to say about me, and that's kind of fucked up. Because why do I have to shut up?
Why do you want to live your life like that?
Yeah, why do I have to live my life like that? Because I feel like the internet has painted me. The internet has painted me as like this angry black girl.
Yeah.
Like, she always mad. She always got an attitude. And it's like...
And fuck that shit.
And
fuck the others that talking shit.
And you defending yourself for 15 months in jail. 15 months in jail, I had to defend myself because people would say, oh, she thinks she all that. Or she ain't nobody. Or she ain't this, she ain't that. If she was this, she was this. Or she was... So I had to defend myself for 15 months in them. And then I had to get out and defend myself again because people not understanding my situation. Then I had to defend myself from people saying like, oh, she got her face done, she got this done, she got this done, she got this done. And I'm like, no, I fucking didn't. I got my teeth done. Face. So I really...
Man, that's all fucking...
I mean, just if we look at like statistics.
You gotta drown the fucking doubts and shit.
Trying to beat addiction and raise a child, imagine that. Like, I don't do drugs. I smoke weed, but hard drugs, I can never do the hard drugs. Well, knock on wood.
No, you can't.
Because if I do hard, I feel like my family, my whole family is a victim. My whole mom's side of the family, and my dad too. My dad used to sell it and do it. So I feel like I could say Uzi is a great man. No matter how the internet tries to paint Uzi.
Yeah. Because he's so
Uzi is a
different.
great
He's such an
man.
artist. He's so like...
Yes, he's so inspiring. Like, I'll be a liar if I say it's not hard. Because some days when I'm having a bad day or I feel like I'm not where I need to be, I kind of feel like I bring that energy in the house. And I'm such a... I'm not going to say a bitch, but I'm so hard on myself. And when somebody care about you, they don't want to see you being like that on yourself. So they trying to fix it for you, and you trying to tell them, it's not about you.
I hate when they do that.
It's about me.
But it's nice. They mean well.
You mean well, but it's about me. I'm trying to fix myself. And then he get frustrated about it because it's like, am I not doing something right? You know what I'm trying to say? Am I not doing something right? And I'm like, you're doing everything right. I'm not doing something right. You get what I'm trying to say? I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do. And I don't want to, at the end of the day, when it all falls down, I don't want to let you down. Because it's all fun and games now. But in the future, I always want to be his 50-50. Rather how people paint it as I'm a city girl and all that, I always want to be his 50-50. Like, if he ever need me, I want to be that girl to catch him.
I love that.
So...
Y'all so cute. People don't know you like this.
No. They don't.
But you're so likable.
I am so likable, but I don't give a fuck if they like me.
You're right. Ooh, there's a good Instagram meme. It says, be a good person, but don't waste any time trying to prove it to anybody. Yeah.
No. But I feel like now, at first, I would say, I don't care if nobody like me. I don't care. I'm going to be me. But I feel like even when I'm on like my little mental breaks, because I take mental breaks a lot and I need to see a therapist. I've been working on getting a therapist because I need a therapist because I'm cuckoo. But
You are not.
I am.
You have trauma. You might have some trauma.
Yeah,
some
so
anxiety and
I
stuff.
say, it's so many little girls write me. Girls, not little girls, women, girls, teenagers, people that's older than me write me and who feel like they look like me. They've been through what I've been through. And I feel like it's my responsibility to be a good person for them. You know? So it's like, this year I just want to be who I am. Like, I'm a good person. I don't want nobody to keep thinking I'm a bitch or I'm a bad person. And I just feel like I'm really misunderstood and I never try to explain myself. And when I do try to explain myself, they don't believe me anyway. So I just be like, I don't care. But
you do feel that responsibility in a way,
I feel that
right?
responsibility as a black woman, as a rapper, as the everything. I feel like I don't want to paint the narrative of just being ignorant.
I think that's the way you do it. It doesn't have to be you proving or over explaining that you're a good person, but I think you constantly becoming the best person.
Yeah, I just want to be this year. Like, I want to be the best person I could be out loud. Like, I feel like I'm a great person. behind closed doors. But I want to be the best person I could be out loud. But like the people that believe in me, the people who don't, like, you know, and I feel like I've been through what the normal girl been through.
And then some.
And then some. I look like the normal girl, so it's my responsibility to be a good person out loud, to let them know that it's cool to be a good person.
Why do you think you need therapy? Like what specifically?
I need therapy because the way I react to things, the way I think of things, the way I respond, the way I feel.
Like what? Like anxious? Like angry?
Anxiety, or like I know something bad is about to happen.
Trauma.
Like trauma. It's nothing good can happen without me thinking something bad is gonna happen, and it's so true. Something bad is gonna happen in my life. Every time something good happens, can't let you down. Like,
what do you think he saw in you? Like, cause he saw something that he came at you
I don't
hard.
know what. Like to this day, I don't know what he saw in me, because it's just like me, just like coming from where I come from, going through what I went through. I don't know what made me so deserving of somebody so good.
That's so sweet.
So I just still to this day get a little feisty about that. Like, what you want? And we
Like, you
live
don't trust
together. We
it?
done been together for years, and it's still like, what you want?
You don't trust it that you
I don't
deserve.
trust the feeling, not him, but I don't trust the feeling. But it's okay. It's just me needing therapy. I need to take therapy. I'm 30 now. Like, I'm grown. Like, I got to my big age, and I'm still not domesticated. So it's like, then I get insecure about that. Like, I'm not in the kitchen cooking. I'm not cleaning up. We got cleaners. He cook. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, oh my God. Like, at least I can wash the dishes. But now I'm in the room watching Martin, because I know the cleaning lady coming to my room. Hey, but yeah.
He likes it though, right? He likes.
Yeah, he liked the thrill of it. He liked it. I mean, he like it. I feel like the same reasons he'll get annoyed with me is the same reason he love me so much. Like, I would say certain words, and he'd be like, what you just said? Say it again. And I'd be like, what? Because we pronounce things so differently, because he from the north and I'm from the south. So it's just so like, boy, you talking too proper, and girl, you talking so ghetto. And we just in a house together, just opposites.
Yeah.
And we going at it, because I'm like, Miami the shit. He like, Philly the shit. I'm like, nah, Miami the shit. Like,
Because you're not a bad person. I love what you said about living out loud, being yourself, and being a good person out loud. I love that.
I just need to live out loud. I feel like I hide myself a lot. Slave, work like a dog.
It was so impressive to me. I heard you say this too, and I was like, damn, it took me my whole life to get to here. Where you at a point where you're like, because you said, I just want to do my job, make my money, do the things I want to do, and then go home.
Yeah.
And have like this balanced life.
Yeah, because
And at your age, it didn't even occur to me that I needed that for myself.
then when I first got in jail,
And that's what we call new generations starting to really be seen and shit like that. Oh shit.
I was short as fuck. I was bald headed shit. Like, I was bald headed as fuck when I first went to jail. Then it grew. It got longer. I was able to take my prison pictures, but you know, people in jail, they done been in jail for a long ass time, so their idea of a celebrity was something totally different. So they would mess with me. And I'm not that friendly. I wasn't that friendly. And they wanted to know more about me, and I wouldn't tell them. So I would be quiet as hell, and then they would just get offended by that, me just not telling my business. I got my little clique together, and it was going down. And I went to the hole 2 times.
You did?
Yeah.
For what?
For an officer going through my locker, and I tapped her on her shoulder. I told her to get up, get the fuck out of my locker. And then she tried to put me in a hole that day, but it was really no proof. And then I got in trouble the next day for the same officer because she tricked me. And then the second time I went to the hole, it was because 2 people had a fight. I was coaching it, and she got mad and
Was
said,
one person fighting on your behalf?
No. She wasn't fighting on my behalf. But I was coaching her because I didn't like the other girl. And she hit a locker, and she cut herself on the locker. and she said I cut her. So they put me in a whole like investigation, like no really getting out, because she was saying I cut her out of everybody. The right person, elevating, like right before people's eyes, being bold, being free, being like relaxed in this industry, and know that you're in the industry now. Like it's no pick and choose what you can do. Like, cause I feel like today I'm being regular, tomorrow I'm being a star. Stupid. Like it's just like for real. No.
Yeah.
Beefing, breaking up, hell no.
No.
Like beefing,
But doing separate things.
I don't want a bitch to get to know me. I'm just playing. Cause she was texting me, but that's still you want a real answer.
Both.
We are being taught to live for other people. We are being taught to live for comments, likes. You know, like, like the vets in the game, we don't even know what they drive.
Yeah.
The vets, we don't know what they drive. I always say, I don't know what the fuck Rihanna drive. I don't know what Beyonce drive.
She has a driver, I'm sure. But she might drive sometimes.
Yeah. If you for to roast me, I want to be roasted this full 24 hours. Don't upload no other bitch on my day. Cause they just erasing us so fast.
What's wrong with you? Relationships.
Give me my privacy. I'm gonna give you your privacy. I'm not gonna get you. That was the best decision I made.
That might be your superpower. Is that I love her?
Thank you. You were so good. I love this podcast. Like
Comments and people. Just, I'm only on, this is like episode, I don't know, 12 or 13. This year I did this. And,
I love it.
And so you created, but you don't are smart. You are all those things.
I feel like so much my intros is I'm about to suck this dick to get this cash. That people got me fucked up and mistaken as not a beautiful, black, strong.
Alright, that's her talk.
Hey, sorry I'm late. I was having a panic attack about my hairline. I got caught in a loop researching hair.
You need to fight. This is what you want, you fight for it. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what gave me strength. I fight for every role. I fight for every blessing. I fight, and I'm willing to do the work. And I fight because I haven't really had many people there to fight for me.
Andrew Martinez in Real Life podcast.
You need to fight. This is what you want, you fight for it. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what gave me strength. I fight for every role. I fight for every blessing. I fight, and I'm willing to do the work. And I fight because I haven't really had many people there to fight for me.
Andrew Martinez in Real Life podcast.
I'm saying, like, I feel like, and that's not to be taken for granted, because sometimes you expect something from somebody and they don't deliver.
Right.
But
Why she look different?
This episode and conversation is powered by Duce.
I went to the screening last night. What does everybody tell you after they saw the movie?
Oh my God. They're like literally crying, like, oh my God, you got me crying. You did your shit.
I didn't feel like that. You know why?
Really?
You know why?
What you about to say?
No, I didn't feel like that because I expected that from you.
I love that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like, and that's not to be taken for granted.
But I don't even think necessarily, I think that's a lot of people's tears, but also just like the storyline and like what's happening. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But for, like people that has been in my life and know me knows it's just more of a thing like.
Why don't I have these more often?
Yeah,
These
you
are
gotta try the blue ones too. They got the.
No, I was thinking about you on the way here because
Move over a little bit.
the camera angle was right. You're such a director and
I know.
What the fuck was that, man?
But I don't even think necessarily, I think that's a lot of people's tears, but also just like the storyline and like what's happening. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But for, like people that has been in my life and know me knows it's just more of a thing like.
Why don't I have these more often?
Yeah,
These
you
are.
gotta try the blue ones too. They got the.
No, I was thinking about you on the way here because
Move over a little bit.
the camera angle was right. You're such a director and
I know.
you're such a.
We want to make sure we got the shot. And this is amazing to have
Thank
A, B,
you.
and C cam. It's good. And
This is my baby.
Yeah, no, but that's good. People, that's where they miss. That's where they miss it. And you're trying to make it happen on one camera.
I know.
Maybe even 2 not even enough. You got 3.
Yeah. Well,
I see you. And you got this little B-roll.
we turn it into a little production house. This started as a
That's what I'm
podcast.
saying. I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
I really want to, we're learning a lot because I just brought in a crew the first episode. And
I can't believe you remember that.
I don't know why I remember that. So over the years, I've watched you and we've had interviews and I've seen you be everywhere and everything. Like it.
Like all the weight that I thought was punishment was a big eye opener that it wasn't punishment.
What do you mean?
It was preparation.
Oh.
Just all the years. I mean, you knew me and knew what I did. A lot of people knew what I did. I never really had a break in like relevancy throughout my whole career because, I'm a busybody. So I'm doing this, I'm doing that, da-da-da-da. But it's like, technically, I wasn't necessarily like getting...
The moment.
Yeah, getting my things. You know what I'm saying? And I think that was... Not getting my things is what made me stronger and gave me more preparation to properly receive my things. You know what I'm saying? And I just don't think that I would have even given like Inez all that I've given her had I not been through the different, just the different
ups and downs.
Ups and downs, yeah.
Yeah, but do you believe, because I always believe this, we talk about this a lot here too, it's like when it's supposed to happen, it happens in
God's time. And that's what I'm saying. So that time, all of those no's, or maybe just if things wasn't happening in the timely fashion I wanted to happen, that I looked at like, okay, it's not happening. Every time it comes to me is always something. That weight that I thought was punishment was God saying, no, baby. That was just preparation for what was already written for you in the palm of my hands.
I want to run through that little just real quick because people who might not be familiar with the history and the story, it's like, even from that first time I saw you doing Google Me, right? Young girl wants to get on, has this talent, gets signed to Pharrell, gets signed to Kanye, has a big, I just remember moments where you felt like,
because I think I was also trying to still process everything. You got to understand, when that video came out, my life literally changed overnight, but it wasn't something I hadn't seen before. I've had moments where, it'd be a lot of static, a lot of traffic, but this one, of course, was the biggest one. So my phone was ringing immediately.
Is that what you credit as? That's what you think is one of them?
I think it's one of the biggest moments of my career. Absolutely. It changed my world. It changed my life. Like what Faye did for me, I guess as an artist, is like what this movie is doing for me as an actress. Like Faye showed like, oh, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like it was an eye opener.
Right.
Like it was an eye opener.
Yeah.
I wasn't signed to a model agency before Faye. I didn't have none of those kind of things, So, and I've always, done other stuff, but like even as many endorsements as I have, or the gym memberships going up, and like just moments like that. That was another eye-opening moment for the world.
I wonder if this happened to you and you've been in the game for a long time, but you're still young. You're still at the beginning of a new thing right now and in this moment right here. But do you feel like, because we have these dreams and we're young and we're like, yo, when I get that, or if you're at a certain weight and you're like, oh, when I get to that weight, I'm going to be happy. Or when I get this deal, I'm going to be happy. When I get a song, and you've had so many of those almost like false starts.
And this is what I'm saying. That's the part, that's like getting on a roller coaster and take you up before that big drop and it gets stuck. So if you don't take me down, get me off this motherfucker, you gonna take me to my destination, where the hell we gotta go? You know what I'm saying? That's how it felt. Like, well, Gonna Love Me. Look how big Gonna Love Me could have really been. No, it's on there and it's like different topics. So anxiety, love, pride, like literally any and every word you can think of, you click on that word and it's a prayer for it. You know what I'm saying? So but that's what I mean, even about having real conversations with him.
Yeah.
Like I done got up in a conversation with him tight. Like I made it hit him with a yo. Like, yo, Father, like what's my journey? Like,
what are we doing?
What you want me to do? Like, what's my higher calling? Like, am I here? Like, what do you see for me? You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what make it great, because he knows your heart and he know that you are trying. And it's easier to continue to build a relationship with God when you keep it real. You know what I'm saying? And you're not trying to, you're not doing what you see on TV or what the church is necessarily telling you have to do. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if you could feel like, if I could feel like, okay, cool, I can go on and do an interview with Angie because it's a safe space. If I feel like you a safe space, imagine what I feel with God. Oof. You feel what I'm saying? Like the most
vulnerable. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and just literally like Jesus died for our sins. You know what I'm saying? For us, because we're not perfect. You know what I'm saying? So I have raw, honest conversations with God, and I think that that's what gets me through. And I feel like I do get answers quicker rather than trying to do it the way.
Do you feel like the answers come?
My Bible, open up my app, or, you know, throwing that Yolanda, you know, or you just, it's little things you got to do. Like I said, even all the way to Sundance, like to be able to, even in the moment of joy, you know, soaking everything in. It's the same process. If you can go to him when you're upset and you're sad, you can come to him, you know, when he's answering your prayers. So it's the same thing. Like I shower listening to my gospels in my ministries. You get what I'm saying? Like I'm like in hair and makeup, like crying because I'm like, yo, life is lifing for the best. Like, you know, like I'm thriving and I'm so grateful and I'm so blessed. So like a lot of times I'll be crying, but like, yo, like, Lord, like, thank you, like, you really fire, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can just feel him laughing, like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, you asked for it, you know what I'm saying? Like,
have you?
Don't play that, like, we're all God-fearing, you know what I'm saying? My grandparents is in the ministry as well. So I it was never a time too, because if I try and call my mom or call my aunt Vinton or call my nana Vinton, like call my granddad Vinton, all right, let's say a prayer. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't.
That's
say
the answer.
that.
That's the answer to the problems.
It's crazy because it's almost like mind over matter. There's been times where, like, I will physically be in pain and call my nana, and like just the power of prayer be like feeling better. The pain might come back a little later, but just in that moment, just the power in prayer and the power in knowing that, you know, everything's gonna be okay. You know?
That's so good.
Yeah.
Does this ever happen to you? Because I was doing something recently. I had a partner and there was some company that was like interested to do this project. And I was like, oh, that's cool. Let's see where this plays out. He was so excited. No, they want to fund this thing that you want to. Are you almost afraid to fully embrace that, or are you all the way in on it?
This was the first time in my career that I was able to fully embrace what was happening.
I love that for you.
And I've been in the industry for 15 years. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So I got to that place where I just wasn't easily impressed. I couldn't get excited because I wanted to go to the finish line, you know? Like, cool, I understand this is a high right now and I'm up, but like, let's see what this big drop is going to be on this roller coaster, you know? Like, let's see where this takes us, because it's just like, I need to know. So yeah, I got to a point where I just wasn't excited about things. My mom be like, well, why are you not excited? Cool, I'm blessed, I'm thankful. I'm always thank him, I'm always praise him. But like, yeah, this reaction y'all looking for, yeah, it's probably not. Maybe it was a defense mechanism or just being nervous or being afraid, you know? Yeah, just being afraid. But this was the first time that I've been able to really like, you know, take it in, because it almost felt like a clean slate. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I'm able to embrace it, because at this point, the movie could be a box office sellout, or it could have, you know, one person in the theater. But to know that I possibly have given like an award-winning performance is enough for me. You know, it opened up a lot more yeses for me. Yeah. You know, I went from a lot of no's, and all I ever wanted people to do was give me that one little yes that would show the world what I got, and no one would give it to me. So
they didn't see you hit him with the Byron? They didn't see the Byron?
But that it's all been funny stuff.
No,
Nobody's seen me in a dramatic role.
Nah, you're right.
Like, it wasn't nothing that would make people be like, okay, cool, like I can trust her with this. You get what I'm saying? If I did get a lot of movie roles, I had to be the hot girl, I had to be, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Funny, yeah.
Yeah, it
was cool though, you bodied those.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I'm gonna do my job. Yeah. All right? Mama gonna do a job.
How much so then where does it shift like what you're chasing in your life? Because I would imagine like young you chasing like it's not even fame. It's right. I don't want to speak for you, but what I get from you is like you're chasing this like level of success in your with using your talents, right? Like even in this moment, what does this moment mean, and what do you hope it means moving forward?
Praise the connection with God.
I mean, the moment, I'm just basking in it, you know, like, and honestly, I ain't gonna front, like, I'm so occupied and just like, just being so thankful. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard to describe because this is something I prayed for and been waiting for. And you know me, being in the industry for as long as I've been in, like, and being signed to who I was signed to, I've been around the biggest of the biggest. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I had already worked with Beyonce when I just got signed to Pharrell.
The fucking motherfucking hella different entities and spirits and shit.
And working with Beyonce, like her even asking me like, "What's your situation?" You know, I will never forget that day.
What do you mean?
Because I had just signed with Pharrell, and I had worked with her on the Ring No Alarm video, and I sung for her, and her mom on the elevator. Cause you know I was just getting put on, but I had
You was
did my
sassy and
music.
not scared.
Yes, and yeah, Beyonce loved that because, like, you know, I was young, but I walked in like full of life. I was like, "Hey, everybody, I'm Tiana." Like, oh, she loved it. She loved it. You know, empowerment is for an aesthetic. You know what I'm saying? So to come in the industry at 15,
Facts. Yeah. Woman empowerment is an aesthetic.
to a Beyonce, and then also have, you know, all the women in my life be extremely affectionate. All I knew was that was love and affection. So I had it from my family, and then I had it from Beyonce. You feel what I'm saying? No, real shit.
Yeah.
So even that, I feel like Beyonce plays a big part in like what shaped me into being as like graceful as I am within the industry. You feel what I'm saying? Because it's just like she gave me genuine love. You know what I'm saying? And she didn't know I was signing for Pharrell, none of that. She was like, "What's up? What we doing?" You know what I'm saying? Like
She
was,
saw something. She saw the thing
she's-
that people
yeah,
see in you.
exactly. So it's like going into the industry, you know, just doing for everybody, showing up for everybody, like styling for everybody, choreographing for everybody. Nobody's business.
How has being how has family life, wife, mom, how has it all changed in terms of, I don't know, what?
So I want to make sure that my time is being well utilized if I'm gonna step away from being mom.
That, I mean, really, is there a fire outside? Yeah, just wait a second. They're aggressive today with the horns. Sorry, baby. What's on your mind? I feel like something's on your mind right now. You okay?
Yeah.
You just went somewhere.
Yeah. No, I'm good. I'm good. Just thinking.
You went somewhere on me just now.
No, just thinking. That's what I'm saying. I do be having like random moments of the day where I really just.
She said, "I'm just."
I hate how cliche it sounds.
The horns. Sorry, baby. What's on your mind? I feel like something's on your mind right now. You okay?
Yeah. I'm good.
You just went somewhere.
Yeah. No, I'm good. I'm good. Just thinking.
You went somewhere on me just now.
No, just thinking. That's what I'm saying. I do be having like random moments of the day where I really just. I hate how cliche it sounds, but like I really just be thinking about everything. Like I'm so thankful. You know what I'm saying? Like I do be having them times where I just will zone out and just really think about life and like just where I am. You know?
Tell me that though. Like break that down. What is that? What does that mean?
I be dealing with a lot of shit that I really cannot explain. It's a feeling more than it is something that is expressible. You know, off of impulse. You know what I'm saying? And temporary anger. Don't go making no permanent decisions with temporary anger and temporary.
Especially Anger and all that is the wrath of others not doing their works correctly. Cause who the fuck just gets mad out of nowhere? High expectations, bro, can really fuck shit up. High expectations can really fuck shit up.
Temporary feelings and temporary thoughts, or because that's the enemy. That's the enemy's job, to distract you. And sometimes they'll send people closest to you to do that. So becoming a mom has taught me patience, and gave me literally the purest, most genuine love ever. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
I
kids are
do.
literally, it's the purest. They come out of you to give you nothing but love.
It changes you, right? Like,
It does, because for a long time I didn't even feel like beautiful. You know what I'm saying? It didn't matter.
really?
It didn't matter how many
Even
people
as
told me
the
that
time you got to the time you were a mom, you were already like Tiana Taylor.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Everybody fight their own little quiet battles. You know what I'm saying? And granted, I may be Tiana Taylor, but I may not have been what they felt like the standard of beauty was when I was in the industry. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, cause them motherfuckers just think about fucking themselves and shit.
So I didn't know, but it's just like having a kid tell you you're beautiful just hit different. You know what I'm saying? Because one, kids are very honest. So it's like, being a mom has like really built my self-esteem in a lot of ways.
Talk to me about that time though, because I think people looking at you could probably think they can't even imagine that. Like,
I
what
also
was?
think about it too. When I was younger, I got teased for having a deep voice or my lips being big. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I got teased for all that. So coming into the industry and people say, "Oh, her voice mad deep, da da da." You know what I'm saying? Like, if you dealing with kind of some of the same stuff you was dealing with.
I think they can't even imagine that. Like,
I
what
also
was?
think about it too. When I was younger,
Who got first?
I got teased for having a deep voice or my lips being big. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I got teased for all that. So coming into the industry and people say, "Oh, her voice mad deep, da da da." You know what I'm saying? Like, if you dealing with kind of some of the same stuff you was dealing with coming up, then to you it seems to be true. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's a weird thing. That's what I'm saying. I feel like we're talking about a lot of shit that I never really talk about. I kind of just I chuck it up and I keep it pushing. I've done it all of my life.
What your demons are, or well, you talk about having demons, but like, I think of people watching this or people sitting at home that are in the trenches of that type of shit, like, and need to feel like they're not by themselves.
Yeah, they're definitely not by themselves. I think that's why our nest is important, but also why it is important to share it, because there's demons all around. There's demons in human form. There's demons. That's the enemy. That is the distraction. So a demon can just be something as small as a distraction. You feel what I'm saying? So we're all fighting a battle. We're all fighting demons. That's why I said it's about who is being defeated versus who is defeating.
And
I defeat them motherfuckers. I'm not playing with y'all. You feel what?
yeah, with time, that's when you know. Cause even when you're a child, there's spirits that already know. They're like, okay, once he gets at this age or some shit, they know what's popping. But guess what? There's a frequency that they speak as well. And what do they have to abide and bow down to is God's frequency. You dig? And so it just takes time. And so what do you have to do within that time to make sure you let them know what's popping? Is with prayer and faith and asking God the right questions, genuine questions. And if it's out of the heart, hey, you're just either freeing yourself or, it's perfect. You dig? Yeah. From a wholesome place.
What I'm saying, because my God is stronger.
What do you think has been your real life biggest demon or distraction that you've had to like constantly check? I know that's a heavy one, but
Yeah. I guess like how I let things affect me, because I go into everything with just so genuine and like with so much love. So I ain't gonna front like I had a point in time where I would get in my feelings about everything. Argue with whoever, you gonna know how I feel. I'm gonna keep it a bean. You can deem me as difficult. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause you're not gonna play me.
is that because people hurt your feelings, or
Absolutely. Yeah. Like I've gotten my feelings hurt, but I think also like just also having a bit of like abandonment issues. You feel what I'm saying? And just want to feel protected and want to feel safe. And I think that that's what hurt with them being in the industry and being signed to certain people that I look to for protection and kind of like allow whoever else to do whatever with me. You feel what I'm saying? So it's just like, I don't know, it's a lot. You know what I'm saying? So a brother, it didn't matter. So it's like he didn't have kids at the time, and he wanted kids, and he would be like, "Yo, she called me her pops." Like he was really proud of that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but could he really understand what that meant though? Like knowing what you've been through with your pops and how triggering.
No, yeah, he didn't know any of those things. I was
been
also just,
hurt
I'm gonna get my job done. That's why I said I bitch more and holler to my personal friends, my mom or whatever, but I'm gonna get the job done, And I just recently shared that with him, and I want to say it might have been like right after Fade came out. That's what made it even doper, because for me, I was at the top when that shit came out, and I love that I was able to just like share that with him during a high, you know what I'm saying? And not like hitting somebody up while you're angry and sitting around somewhere bitter. Nah, it wasn't that. So I was like in a super like just poised, graceful place to just kind of like let him know just how proud I was of just us. You know what I'm saying? Like how far we've come. So it was never a thing of like, yo, I feel away. It was really like, yo, I want to let you know I really love you and I appreciate, that's what it was. I be basking in my blessings, I do. And I be having the moments where I just think, and I'm like, damn, like, no matter how I felt when I was younger, like, none of these doors would have ever opened if it wasn't for P. So one thing about me is I just know how to give thanks, you know what I'm saying, to the people who has blessed me. So it's like, kids fight for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, I got my mom that was there to fight for me, but we both learn in the industry as we go. And because she's a woman in the industry, she's considered a problem for knowing too much. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, that's what I think the abandonment issues are, showing up for everybody. You know what I'm saying? And people judge him.
Yeah, the industry no fucking joke. The industry fucking... You know what's crazy? The Masons don't even like me. The Masons and shit. But, hey, I have to deal with that shit. You have to deal with the realness of what they try to fucking make for all their years at. They even wear a fucking thing and shit like that. So Masons, bro. I peep motherfuckers. I peep certain motherfuckers. Because why? Because they're not. There's certain motherfuckers. Man, there's a lot of motherfuckers in the industry that pretty funny looking. You know what I'm saying? Like Men in Black and shit. Type shit. You know who the fuck who under the skin and shit. Nowadays, bro, you don't know who the fuck who. No matter what color you is, bro, that could be a whole ass reptilian and shit. You know what I'm saying? Fucking demon and shit. Yeah, she can get fucking pretty interesting.
Based on maybe what I judged him at 15, that's what I'm saying. Like becoming a mom and becoming a wife and learning communication and learning that, you know, the same way you're going through something and dealing with things, it's another side, you know, it's not just you.
Did that conversation help you? I know things are sensitive, so I want to be careful how I ask this. But did that help you in as the having grown up disappointment in your career?
So, you know, time, you know what I'm saying? And you trying to like figure out life and you're just like, I'm coming of age, you know, I'm becoming a young woman. It's like, I gotta figure this out, you know, like I gotta figure it out. And it was hard because it was also one of the last conversations that I had with Jay Ice Pick, you know, so that was a tough one. That was my boy.
Yeah.
I'll figure it out.
Music.
Yeah, this is good music now. So now I'm like stepping into another situation after I just got out of something very difficult. So it's like relationships, you know,
That's what I'm like.
Right, not to sign. It was a full circle moment, but you know, yeah, to sign to Ye once again. I think I was looking for, you know, the protection, and I thought that maybe he would get it right. No. Like, oh yeah, Kanye, you my dad. Nah, nigga, we ain't doing it. It wasn't giving.
I was gonna say.
So
we were
like,
talking about this before. Like you show up on time for stuff.
Yeah,
like you take work ethic.
I take it very serious. Like my time management is impeccable. Even during concerts, I will curse my whole staff. I don't like being late for my shows. I don't like being late anywhere. Feel what I'm saying? So it was never a thing where it was like, oh, her attitude or this has held her back. I did everything. I did my own mood boards. I don't know why I feel emotional about that too. But like, no, it's just, you know, it's a lot of things I just haven't talked about. And I think also another thing about it is my family and I have done so well for ourselves that it's almost a thing of like, oh yeah, Tiana's good. Like I don't think anybody ever really got the opportunity to dive into me because everybody's just genuinely so happy for me. And that's what I do love. Like the industry, like, well, the people, like the world has been so supportive of like me and my family, and they love on me and my family so much that I think that has never really been a real looking, you know? So it's like I say, it's
like,
just
is she
always been,
okay?
Yeah, it's just always been like so overwhelmed and like just being great that is never really, I don't talk about much, you know what I'm saying? Like I do keep a lot of things.
That's the thing. Like, because when you have a unique look, they deem it like you don't need any type of help. And you know what's funny about that? The unique look comes from what? From the stars. So ain't that funny? You know? So unique faces and stuff like that. Man. It can cause people to do things that's like pretty not okay because, but it's okay. Everything happens for a reason. And so, you know, thank God that there's other spirits, as in not the fucking evil spirits, but the ancestors, the other side, the unseen. Yeah.
Bottled up. So it's like just this whole press run for Inez has been like heavy for me because
Really?
Yeah, because Inez has been therapeutic for me. You know, it was the first time I was able to like put my cape to the side, like put my mom's cape to the side. Yeah.
So whenever you probably feel intimidated or you feel like vulnerable, you probably kick into like Harlem. You know what I'm saying? So
Now,
people,
but that's another thing that I do kind of feel like is survival mode. You know what I'm saying? Just being a black woman navigating life.
and then this world and this industry too.
Yeah, so I'm
But,
saying
yeah.
the world of industry is dirty. You know, it's a lot. And I do want to just clear up one more thing. Like I'm very it all out. You know, because that time that I may have thought you shitted on me, you may have been really going through some shit. You know what I'm saying? But I want to know that. So I can take accountability as well and say, okay, cool. Maybe I should have handled that differently. One thing I don't run away from is accountability. I'm quick with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't mind that. I'm prideless, I'm egoless when it comes to the people that I love. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I think it's hurtful because it's like, you know, these people I have real life bonds and relationships with. So it's like, have compassion and give me the things that I need. You know what I'm saying? Because then when I'm ready to go, everybody want to work it out. But it's like, we don't get to work it out and act like this didn't happen. Before we can move forward, we have to, you know, we gotta iron this shit out. We can't go into the room with a wrinkled shirt.
Like even this conversation or just how you've chose to live your life and the art you've made, what do you hope that people take away from that for their own lives?
I mean, I hope I'm able to show people what real patience look like. And, you know, for me, you know, being on the front end of things from 15, nobody ever really got to see my struggle. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was always just me on a TV screen, so it just looked like life was handed to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, things happened overnight, and it wasn't that. And I think that I'm a true testament to, you know, the fact that I never gave up, always remained a hustler, always remained hungry, always remained humble. Hopefully, what people can take away from this in my career is patience and to keep going and knowing that, you know, something that make you sad doesn't mean it's the end of the world, you know? And also just going into it knowing that in this life, just be willing and ready to accept apologies that you've never gotten, you know? And I think that's where I am. And like, even just down with the conversation, like I know I want to have the conversation, but I've accepted the apology a long time ago.
A little bit. You got the grit. You got
No,
like.
but what I'm saying is,
No,
one person, one female showing you love versus 1,000 females showing fake woman empowerment, that anybody will fold and anybody will get caught up in that. Way more just like fake woman empowerment. It's just a little tiny bit of Beyonce. Always just carry that little tiny bit of Beyonce.
Nothing about Beyonce is a little bit. You got the grit. You got
No,
like.
but what I'm saying is,
No, I
one
get it.
person, one female showing you love versus 1,000 females showing fake woman empowerment, that anybody will fold and anybody will get caught up in that. So what I'm saying is I took my Beyonce chunk rather than taking this big ass mountain. You feel what I'm saying? Like I took this one rock with me.
Does she know how much that she means?
This
to
is
you?
my first time. This is my first time really expressing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and every time me and Beyonce like see one another, like it's always like when we're out, but like Beyonce will have her security say, "Hey, Beyonce wants you." Like she always makes sure I have like, you feel what I'm saying? But for her, it's something to invest in myself. Like when I went to her concert, she had a whole bunch of meet and greets to do.
Oscars. Will we come back after the Oscars? Can I get?
Can you go for the EGOT?
An EGOT?
Yeah,
Yes.
you need to go
Why
for an
not?
EGOT.
If not you, then who?
I need all the trophies. But I'm grateful for even a nomination.
I just love that she hasn't lost any of that.
You know?
No, get the
Mr.
fuck that.
Nomination, I'm down with that. But yeah, we're gonna claim it. We're gonna manifest all the gold.
EGOT. Thank you to our guest, the future EGOT winner, Tiana Taylor. Thank you, love.
That y'all okay.
And things better.
It's just foggy.
Saying that he was incapable of drugs and or alcohol, I actually was able to obtain the and they can prove at however way, which I think would be the issue, that he was under the influence of drugs or alcohol because he was just partying, having a good time, and whatever happened, but there was no, like, he's in the space of this is just a good time. We're drinking, we're doing this, we're doing that. He had examined Puff and was able
inside.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
He the only one that's so it got to be something that they're not telling us, or something that's not leaking, or it's. You know what I'm saying? He the only one that's so it got to be something that they're not. Why? No, I'm just saying because Diddy the only one that's staying inside.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
He the only one that's staying. So it got to be something that they're not telling us, or something that's not leaking, or it's something.
Something was leaking.
But we
That's
haven't
what
gotten
Rod
to the
said.
nitty gritty of why he hasn't been able to come home. Like.
It's a racketeer conspiracy. It's sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion.
Kathy video.
He's not.
He's not, but they're asking if they can use that as evidence. And what they'll probably try to do, because Cassie will have to take the stand, they'll try to basically paint the picture of just how much of a I don't care about anything monster he is. Like they did, they alleged him to be. Like they tried, what they did with the bond, which is why he's still.
Diddy said that video was edited. Remember he said that?
Yeah,
Remember
but
that? People that are in wheelchairs, right? And they don't know Rolling Ray, do you?
Yeah.
How can't you just like run down on him? It's like, why?
Is this an allegation or is this true?
No, this is true.
I don't want to put this on Rolling Ray.
No,
if it's
this
not
girl. She didn't reach out to me. No, she reached out to somebody on my team.
Trolls. And it was Rolling Ray.
Rolling Ray, so that's where.
Nicki fan or a Kim fan?
No,
But yeah, he was. They were going fan or Kim fan. I forgot whose side was on.
I don't know.
But yeah, he was. They were going back and forth, and I remember he going back and forth, and I remember he spit. I don't know if he spit on me or Nicki fan or Kim fan. I forgot whose side was on.
I don't know.
But yeah, he was. They were going back and forth, and I remember he spit. I don't know if he somebody who was either a Nicki fan or Kim fan. I forgot whose side was on.
I don't know.
But yeah, he was. They were going back and forth, and I remember he spit. They were going back and forth, and I remember he spit. But yeah, he was. They were going back and forth, and I remember he spit. I don't know if he spit on. But yeah, he was. They were going back and forth, and I remember he spit. I don't know if he spit on Nicki fan or Kim fan. I forgot whose side was on.
I don't know.
But yeah, he was. They were going back and forth, and I remember he spit. I don't know if he spit on. When he was going against somebody who was either a Nicki fan or Kim fan. I forgot whose side was on.
I don't know.
But yeah, he was. They were going back and forth, and I remember he spit. I don't know if he spit on me or spit. He spit somewhere.
Oh my God.
I just
by
remember
mistake? Because you know his list is way worse than yours.
No,
so it's like
he meant to do it.
Oh my God.
I don't remember the whole thing. I don't remember.
I think it's on Pressure TV network.
Okay, yeah. Act like y'all can't just catch up with him.
Maybe his wheels are faster.
Is she taking legal action?
He's on wheels.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
For the handicap hotties. What show is
No,
that on
it's
again?
not. Baddies on wheels.
Oh, okay.
Hey, back.
Okay, and we'll be back. Thank you, Lauren, for.
Hey, back.
DJ Envy is coming up with the. Thank you, Lauren, for the latest with Lauren, and then thank you just for your mess. Okay, and we'll be back. The People's Choice Mix is up next.
You're checking out The Breakfast Club.
Ain't that some crazy shit? 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 Ain't that some crazy shit though? Ain't that some crazy shit though? Ain't that some crazy shit though? Nigga said. And it's fair. It's fair.
Angie Martinez in real life.
I don't know. I think it's just from being a kid and growing up in the industry and always hearing like, never let them see you like that. You know what I mean? It doesn't show.
Angie Martinez in Real Life podcast. This episode and conversation is powered by Duce. Hi, baby.
Hi, Ange.
It's good to see you.
You too.
Thank you for doing this.
Always.
You always have been one of my favorites.
You always say that. You literally always say that.
You know why?
No.
Because I mean it. It's not like
because I mean it.
It's because I really mean it. Because I would say it to somebody else. Like if somebody was sitting here and was like, of all the people in the game or the business that you've seen over the years, I'm like, you would be on a list. I don't know if I would have a list, but you would be on the list. Because you've always been so lovely and consistent and gracious. And I've never seen a bad energy or a negative. But what is that? How do you do that?
I
don't know.
I'm grateful for that. Okay. I mean, I do have bad days. I do have off days. I I don't know. I think it's just from being a kid and growing up in the industry and always hearing like, never let them see you like that. You know what I mean? Because it doesn't show grace. It doesn't show, just the
spit. So let's run down those spit memes. Watering the seeds. Watering the seeds. To achieve their dreams.
I mean, sometimes it could show an honest side, but it's actually not. What if it's somebody's first time meeting you? Is what I think always ask.
I think that
I would have spit if it was my first time meeting someone. But if they start doing too much and not realizing what they're doing, then that, I don't even know if he acting or what the fuck going on when he did that. So what do we call that? Is that a chameleon or something? Or what's going on?
the same thing.
And I don't want somebody's first time meeting me to be a bad one, for sure.
See, because that's based in you being a person that cares about other feelings,
It's
people's
true.
feelings.
And I've had like encounters where I met people before and I'm like, wow, that wasn't great of an encounter.
Maybe this will be a good time, get a cup of coffee, say hello, blah, 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 blah. So the private investigator tells me, are you sure you want to call yourself? Because people respond differently. But in my mind, I'm like,
This woman got me not breathing right now.
I'm
Go
sorry.
ahead.
I'm sorry.
Oh
Because
my
in my
God.
mind, the way it occurred to you, like, what if he said no? It never occurred to me. In my mind, I was thinking, he's going to be so happy that I'm reaching out or
Yes.
that I found him.
Yes.
Because clearly, because I always had grace and compassion for him. I was like, he was on drugs. He had a problem.
Yes.
I always kind of, and then I think that led to, if we connect what our parents do to us, to our lives, I thought, that's probably why I give people, whoever they are, not always good people, but I see good. I see,
Yes.
oh, something happened to you. That's why
Yes.
you're like this.
Yes.
I don't see people as bad people. I always give people, so I think because that I grew up that way. Anyway, so fast forward, so he called. The wife knew nothing of my existence. She didn't even know he had a child. And I'll just say that he wasn't openly receptive to connecting. Wow. I know. That might make me cry.
To this day,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You
Wait,
know,
what the fuck just happened, bruh?
That might make me cry.
to this day,
The wife knew nothing of my existence. She didn't even know he had a child. And I'll just say that he wasn't openly receptive to connecting. Wow. I know. That might make me cry.
to this day,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You know, it's
I was worried that I was like, I haven't talked about anybody, so I was like, I'm gonna tell Kelly, I hope I don't cry today. That would be so annoying. I hate crying in public.
Crying, annoying.
Crying is so annoying.
You know?
But sometimes you have to get things out once or twice so you can talk about it
Yes.
without crying, and I haven't
Yeah.
done it yet, so I was like, I know it's gonna happen today.
Yeah.
Anyway. Anyway. I know, isn't that horrible? But I always gave him the grace of like, and I heard you say this about your father. Maybe he didn't, he could only be what he could be. Like he wasn't capable, and from whatever his experiences were.
yeah.
But it shifted something in me for a minute. And I think it was not good. The same way I say I always have grace for people, I started being like all of a sudden super judgmentally about people. Because I thought all these years I thought he was a drug addict. I felt bad for him.
Yeah.
I never had anger.
Yeah.
Did you ever have anger?
What the fuck? I'm not no drug addict. I'm not no drug addict, bruh. I'm too much energy.
I think it came out in some ways.
Some ways.
Yeah.
I didn't have like anger towards him. I always kind of gave him this thing. So then all of a sudden I was like, oh, he wasn't a drug addict who had problems and couldn't. He's like not a good guy.
Yeah.
So then
This bitch. No, because it's just kind of the same name, right? Right here. Right? So what am I gonna tell you right now? So pretty much this is bitch, right? That has the same last name, right? But she cannot she don't I don't know what the fuck's going on. Like, what the fuck? Fuck is going on? So pretty much, I get it. Not her, right? Not Angie Martinez. Not Angie Martinez. But what's her name, Martinez? It's that eagle got stuck. You dig? Keep God first. That eagle got stuck. That eagle got. Yeah. And so my higher self, like, get that horny shit away from me. You dig? Like, I don't know, bro. When I'm focused and trying to do things that I don't want to get fucking
then I start looking at everybody in my life.
trapped in again. Like, nah, I'm straight. That shit's hella fucking interesting. Sex, bruh. Sex is, man, can cause problems, and nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about that. The cold, harsh truth just hit my fucking feet right now. And so, yeah, sex, bro. Nobody talks about that. And that can cause problems. It can cause energies that those that ain't aware enough or don't have that divine sense, right? That is actually a gift. And how do you receive that gift? You have to go through a lot of weirdness, of protection, right? Of God protecting you so that you can receive that gift when you feel that you need that gift. And God knows when you need that gift. And so, you know, the unseen is a great help of hand. And so that's why being grateful of all things, of all, because it prepared you to be who you are. But nobody tells you about this shit when you're young. Nobody talks about this shit when you're young. You dig? You dig? So, It's a lot of shit that went on. A lot of interesting shit. And so I guess they label me like the tiger and shit. Like I'm a tiger. A wounded tiger or something. But that's what they were trying to take away from me, was my image that I worked hard for, with not even witnessing, or not, witnessing, but not seeing from a whole nother point of view of, damn, I actually did good of decision makings. You dig? And so I'm trying to fuck up my shit and shit like that. And trying to turn my reputation and stuff like that. And so that's why I went berserk. You dig? That's why I started going berserk. Because God has love, but at the same time, wrath. And how do you get, the wrath part is not looking at things on two ends of the sticks, like the double-edged sword type of shit. That just such as there's skies, there is, the caveman. You dig? Stuff like that.
Life, like,
Why are you here?
you said you were going left, you went right. Why did you do that? I started getting like,
Yeah.
it's not good either.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the end result is not as good. I have worked on it. I feel like I'm on the other side of that now, and I do realize the original way that I have always led my life is actually the better way to be, because it is true. Everybody's
About it. What if he doesn't respond? I remember walking to meet him. My feet got heavy. I mean, he showed up. But even still, like, I had all these things I wanted to say. I was going to go in on this man. Why weren't you there? Why didn't you such and such? I can't believe what you, like, I knew and it was all spewing.
So you had
from
anger. You had anger. Mm-hmm.
I kid you not. The moment I walked in there, I saw his face. I saw how old he was. I saw time.
Mm-hmm.
I said, something said, be quiet. I was quiet. I let this man talk for 2 hours. 2 hours he needed to get out everything that he needed to get out. And he still kept talking. And then, it was like certain things that he told me like fit the other side of a part of a story that my mom had told me. You know what I mean? But I'm like, well, that doesn't add up, and this part doesn't quite make any sense. And why, did you try to find me? And he did, but I realized in the course of that time of my being mad at him, I'd also set boundaries up for myself. Like I said, when me and the girls would go on tour, I made sure
this is what I'm comfortable with, so this is what I choose. And then the other side of that for me, well, how did it show up for you? Because you would pick these.
Oh, just terrible.
Terrible. Well, what kind? Like just.
Just emotionally unavailable.
Ah, yes.
It was almost like we were both.
So look at this, right. So I'm not talking about none of these, right? But so narcs, right? Narcs. They know how to take away your emotional state. And so when people don't come on time for the save, you dig, there's really no complaining that has to be done, but knowing that I have grown and I have set boundaries myself. And so and so narcs don't like boundaries, you dig? Narcs don't like boundaries, you feel me? And so, yeah. There be bitches be talking about lies, talking about, what I'm saying? Because, the woman is below the man. Or at least as Adam said, right? Adam. You know what I'm saying? So, that emotional state is actually pretty on point. I could really tap into my emotional state like that as well. But only for certain people. And so since when people are around or feel trapped and, narcs be doing their thing, right? Just fucking up your, just trying to fuck up your dreams and, just setting shit around, and like with energies that don't want you to complete the missions. So imagine being that around for around 20 plus years. You tend to fucking, man, go through different type of emotional states and different type of emotions that others haven't felt, and pain and all that, whatever. You get to that state of really observing and not going in. Not talking no more, all that stuff. Because there's narcs that, they want what you want. And you know what the crazy part? The narcs know that. The narcs be knowing that too. You dig? Like, let's say like you like this chick, right? And she goes in, she knows, right? She's gonna try to really interrupt shit. Because especially if you like a man that is one of one, oh yeah, you best definitely watch out. Watch out for those ones, you dig that? Don't want you to see you happy with another woman. Because that is really true. There really be women like that, or there be women trying to fucking without they even asking you, nigga. They'll fucking invite you in to some magic without you even fucking being there either. Ain't that some crazy shit? Ain't that some crazy? Or even going to the fucking Egyptian museum, right? And you're seeing certain chicks that's like, hold the fuck on, and you watch their faces and what they're doing, right? You're like, oh, they wanted to fuck. It was like some, oh, nigga, it was like schemes and plots, nigga. You dig? To see how I move, and just like dirty minds, dirty tricks and dirty minds, and that is what the fucking enemy, you dig? Dirty tricks and minds, you dig? And so I've been, it's just that all in all, bruh, the reason why all this is happening, not just me, but others, you know what I'm saying? Trying to get away from addiction, trying to do all this, right? All this. It's from not listening to self. Wisdom. We got too complacent. Yeah. And so that's why slavery happened. All that. We got it was too comfortability. It was too comfortable. People got too comfortable, bro. You feel me? On keeping check on themselves. You know what I'm saying? And so that's always been my number one rule ever since I came out the fucking womb. Is be real with my fucking self. You feel me? There's certain things that I did, but it's like, when there's people that don't keep it real and say what they are in, you feel me? Or what type of things they do, behind the scenes and stuff like that, it can really cause a lot of fucking chaos. And so, yeah. Oh God.
Wearing the T-shirt, but I had it stamped on my forehead. They had it stamped everywhere. It looked like a damn caution sign, just wrapped up with tape. Do not enter here. I'm emotionally unavailable. Do not enter here. I'm emotionally.
Because I realized some of the things that I wasn't good at communicating or that I, you know.
Not a fairy
Not
tale
bad at
ending
all.
at all.
But did you feel like healing that? Because so for me, even though mine went left and didn't necessarily, wasn't like a happy ending, I don't know. I feel like I.
See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? I'm not talking about her. I'm not talking about her or her. But what I'm saying is, she wanted a fucking happy ending, my nigga. Are you serious right now? Are you fucking serious? So what does that mean? She ain't give a fuck about my fucking real nigga feelings. Real nigga shit. And so what's that? Communication is level 1. Communication is key in the universe. And so God understands what communication we are in. And so communication be key. You know what I'm saying? Silence can be greater too though. Silence is greater though. But at the same time, not talking, there might be times you will regret that for not talking. You feel me? Just because we're in a fucking state of being, of the dropism, how we dropped, in levels and shit like that. And so, English is a fucking what we speak and shit, right? And Spanish and, all those languages, but you already know what's gonna happen. You already know what's popping now. We're getting back to the original state. You dig?
I feel like in my own relationship, I'm better now because I realize some of the things that I wasn't good at communicating or that I,
And so was that.
Yeah,
and so was that. Being real and being like, I'm horny, Gio. And I'll be like, Mom, this nigga. This nigga. I didn't mean to say that. You know what I'm saying? Like, just fucking keep it real, nigga. That shit get on my fucking nerves, nigga. Yeah, that's that, though. That's fucking tough. That's tough. That is tough. But, hey, honestly, it shouldn't be that bad. You know what I'm saying? Because keeping it real with me, it can save you a lot of stress. Because that it didn't even need to be like that. It didn't even need to be me arguing. It didn't even need to be me, not even arguing, but just getting loud and shit. Hella loud. Motherfucking the whole blocks can hear me and shit. The whole motherfucking town and shit can hear me and shit. Of what? Just me being like, pretty much, it got to the point of she thinking I'm a fucking demon or some shit, or Satan or the devil or some shit. Man. And so, pretty much, bro, parents, you got to do better. If you have a fucking child, you have to be very fucking responsive and very responsible for that fucking child. And that's on God. There's no excuses or nothing. Because what happens before the child? Decision making. And if no decision making goes along and it's just off lust and all that, good luck. Good luck. Good luck.
Start owning your stuff. Like, damn, that's probably me. I probably did that because I didn't trust or because I didn't want to. Right. Yeah. And so then when you find somebody that's willing to go through that with you, that's pretty great.
No, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Cause like a nigga lost, he's gonna be like, okay. Or you know what I'm saying? Whatever the fuck. But when the nigga got aspirations and calling, right? A woman has to actually be very responsive and responsible as well. And so what's her responsibility is to make sure her man has a fucking other hand. You dig? So it's not so fucking difficult and And it could happen. You dig? It can happen. Because a man doesn't go through like what people think. You know, like opinions and doubts. Real niggas, you know? Real niggas. So what? Real souls, ancient souls, right? Right. Yep. Godly souls. Don't really care about what people think and shit. And so they go through a preparation of that. Because that's who they are. You know what I'm saying? They're gods.
Especially because Tim was so sweet. He was like, I want to share my family with you. When he said, I want to share
he comes from a good family.
Oh my God. Yeah. Everybody's like, I mean, if anything, I always make this joke. I'm like, oh my God.
And remember, we're not talking, I'm not talking, I'm just saying, I'm talking in general. I'm speaking in general.
I'm the heathen of the family.
You are. I mean, even the family you created with the...
His trauma sets in, and then he won't call me because he'll think that I'm mad at him. And then...
Nah, I don't call because because you know who used to call me? Satan. Literally. Or the devil, or fucking, you know what I'm saying? What else? Fucking other names, yeah. And so what does that do? Actually, so pretty much this is what happened. Satan called me, but the devil came to the door. But couldn't enter. So now they're in trouble.
Or he'll call me like, I can't believe you ain't called me in about 5 days. That's just rude, you know?
All of that stuff. So I wonder for you, because you...
What I mean, whether it's health. And I was like, I'm going to go home because Titan needs me. Yeah. And that's exactly what I did. I was like, wow, I'm going to say goodbye to that, but it's going to come back in some sort of way.
Of course it will.
Of course it will. And it was probably just a test. If it was a test, it's cool. I passed. I passed with flying colors. That's a bar. And some
you know what's a bar too? Your advice that Jay gave you when you decided to meet your father. It was
happens to you. You're not harboring that.
No, I'm not harboring
exactly.
that.
But that's freedom.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you're right. No, you're right. But I also feel like thing when it's still kind of like
fresh.
Yeah, fresh and unresolved.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you don't have that. So.
And you know what else I thought about? Like with my dad, I said, what if he doesn't want to meet me because he doesn't want to, in any sort of shape or way, revisit that part of his life. Mm-hmm. And I can't help but to feel like, you know, even that's something that they don't want to turn back and look at. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because it just makes them, it might trigger something. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that shit is triggering. But once we realize, right, or once I realize that, nigga, what, nigga? I'm back, nigga, huh, nigga? So that took some time. That took some fucking time. But my phone broke and shit like that. So it's kind of like the only way is email or fucking DM.
Just don't know what they're gonna feel like, how it's gonna make them feel. He just didn't have the capacity.
But in my case, I believe he probably doesn't want to go back? Like how you said you were worried about your father not wanting to go back.
It's much better for him in his space to sweep it under the rug.
Yeah.
It would just be much better.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Why do you think your father was ready? Did he do work? Yeah.
He looks so good.
And what a blessing that you gave that to each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially,
Yeah.
you said he's 76?
76?
Yeah, what a blessing for
And
him.
he looks good.
Yeah.
He looks so good.
You got this from somewhere.
He's
I mean,
tall. I know
might-
he's tall, but it's so many things, Angie. I don't know if I even said it the last time, but my dad said that my grandmother was a singer. Do you know all that time I'd wonder
no idea.
where I got singing from, where my voice came from? It was from my grandmother.
Wow.
So I had this really beautiful moment where,
Parade.
where he told me my grandmother
Puree.
sang for Lena Horne and
Puree.
Count Basie, and I was like,
Puree.
What?
literally looking at him like, you're kidding me. He's like, no, baby, absolutely. He said, she used to spank my butt. And I was like, oh, rubbed her hands. I was like,
How you deal with it and process.
all of it is like trickle effect. And it's not. So, yeah, there's days where I
Correct.
just want to cuss you out, and days where I really like you, and days
Damn.
where I need a moment to myself.
There's days where I got to pull over.
That thing, I hate that.
I saw a thing-
I don't hate that word. I strongly dislike that word.
Well, because why should you have to be all the time?
Yeah.
It's not fair to anybody.
It's not. So, yeah, there's days where I just want to cuss you out, and days where I really like you, and days where I need a moment to myself.
There's days where
Tell that to her. Tell that to her. I wouldn't have been like that. I wouldn't have been like that if I wouldn't have been like that, but hey, fuck it. People wanted my reputation to be all fucking insanery, so guess what? Fuck it. I'm gonna be crazy.
I got to pull over on the side of the road
and cry my eyes out.
And then another thing, I'm talking about. I wanted to run into the tree, but guess what? Nobody gave a flying shit. Motherfuckers brought spirits upon me, and it's like they not getting it. Like how y'all, you feel me? Like what the fuck? I'm over being like, fuck this shit. This is a whole scheme up, my nigga. All that weird shit. All that weird shit. And so pretty much, lies are so easily fucking told and shit. But truths take time to bear.
And then turn my frown upside down in real life.
in real life.
In real life.
Oh, I love that you're so free and so open and so willing to share your stories. Because I really do think that people, us having real lives, I can't get on a stage and dance around and sing like you.
I ain't get on the stage and dancing around unless it's with Bea or Michelle, and it takes a real fun time to bring me out. I must say.
I love
like stuff that we do and silly stuff that we do.
But I'm as her friend and sister, and then you get that.
Yeah. Or you don't.
Yeah.
And it's a really dope focus, and it's
and have their own.
And you know exactly what you bring to the table, because when you do, everybody else gets to. The light is bigger, the shine is bigger. You guys look better together. It's and it's one of the things I remember we were taught as kids. Like we're stronger together. So it's awesome.
It's probably why I loved that moment so much.
And that's what I always thought. We're stronger together. But there's certain people that say that too, and they don't follow through. And so it's a lot of high expectations that a young nigga has been through and shit that's been fucking failed miserably, you dig? And so it's kind of like, I am literally in my zone. And I've learned through those experiences very well, honestly. And now it's kind of like, when I raise my voice, now it's 'cause either someone took my shit, you know, or my boundary being disrespected. Stuff like that. Yeah. 'Cause I feel like you become a man when you understand that it's not just you. You feel me? As in spirits that can really disrupt your life if you don't know them by name. You dig? So knowing your fucking demons and stuff, it can be a great future for you ahead.
Yeah.
Watching you in your light.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
We love the light.
Keep that light going, baby.
You keep that light going.
Can we do this again in like a year when I fully resolve these
Please,
issues?
by the way, and I'll probably have a new set of songs.
Oh, God bless you, mama.
God bless you.
Kelly, bro. Are we starting? We rolling? Are we on? How's my hair? Is my hair cute?
How's mine, Nicole? Am I okay? Well, I'm just a mess. How am I, Brittany? Thank you.
You sure? Because she'll blame you if she doesn't.
Blame me. I'm good. I'm good? I'm good for it. All right.
All right, good. So my sister is my guest on my podcast today, which could be good or bad, right? Because, oh, no, nothing bad. Nothing bad could ever, no, you glasses are crooked now.
Can you straighten my glasses for me again, please?
Okay.
Thank
so
you.
why do you do this to your glasses?
Let me tell you how, when I'm watching TV, I lay down.
Oh.
And I lay down with my glasses, and that's how they end up being bent.
Okay, all right. Try now.
Because I need my glasses to see.
Hi, boo.
Hi, Angie. Here we go again.
Angie Martinez in Real Life Podcast.
You need some covering somewhere. You just can't be running around naked. Mm-hmm. You know, and I think
You've been
running around with my bra and my underwear on. I don't want to rip off my bra and my underwear. So I need those things.
Please keep your bra at all times.
So just to be clear, those things I will not reveal, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so the reason I wanted to do this podcast was a couple of things.
Love, you know, I started finding myself during, you know, the marriage and the darkness and all of that stuff. But once I was out of the marriage, I was so angry because of the divorce and the alimony, and I was angry for a long time. And once I got over the anger, I started going in and loving on the child, loving on little Mary, spending more time with her, letting her be a kid, that's where I'm at.
What do you do with that? Like, how do you live your life differently once you have that realization?
You take care of you. Life is important. It's the most amazing, precious gift we're ever going to get, ourselves. And if we don't treat it like that, we can lose our lives. You know, we can spiritually lose our lives. We could just be the walking dead when we just don't take care of our lives. You understand what I'm saying?
No, but tell me. I do kind of, but.
What? Oh. Man, shit, bro.
Okay. Spiritually dead, meaning like you've never been in a bad, well, you've never been in a bad relationship.
Are you crazy?
I'm sorry, my bad.
Who are you talking?
Waiting for nothing. Working on it every single day. Hear the sound of my voice and be like, that's me. Now it's like, I need to hear that again. Like, it's a miracle.
You're into you.
It's a miracle.
You're kind of into
Listen,
you right
I'm by
now.
myself a lot. I be having dates and shit with myself. Like, we going on a date. tonight.
I heard a loud ass burp right now for some odd reason. What was I saying? Keep God first.
We're going to buy ourselves.
I got you, boo.
I got you, boo. We you know.
You've been splurging
we hanging
too.
out.
You've been buying shit.
Oh, we going in. We buying the biggest chain we could buy. We buying all these boots this week. We going like it's dope. And you know I've never been like this. I used to be shell shocked, scared of myself. Mm-hmm. That's what we scared of. We scared of ourselves. Mm-hmm. It don't be people. It be the.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why keeping it real, like. Either or, like, cause it's like, bruh. My gosh, that happy ending shit got me fucked up right now. Cause I didn't have to find out like this and shit.
The power. Oh shit! Afraid of the power. Afraid of my own power. Mm-hmm. You know that's the case, right?
Yes, I do. Another thing that I think that we do, I had
everything just coming from here. So I'm not chasing success because
for a little while.
You look amazing to yourself. Like you look so boss. Like whatever that, you look so, cause you boss now. Yeah. You boss because nothing has control of you.
Right.
But we weren't boss because everything had control.
Let me tell you something. When you bossed up, you know when to control your energy. You know when to control your energy. And so if people start getting horny, right? Anybody starts getting horny for someone or some shit, right? That means there's some fucking fatal attraction going on, you dig? And so when no one speaks up about it, especially if it's that one individual, you dig? Especially living in the same household and shit, things can get fucking pretty confusing. Cause that happy ending shit still got me fucked up. 11-11.
All of us, so we always had this look of and didn't know it, but now that's why I said it's not easy because those things are hard. You know what I'm saying? People are hard. People can have control over you.
Yeah.
You know, wanting to be loved, wanting to be picked.
Really?
No, because when I got signed, it had people hate me more than I hated myself. Mm. So this right here is what I'm most proud. I'm most proud of this
version
growth,
of yourself.
This growth, yeah.
Mm. I get that. That's good. You got to a good place.
Yeah, I'm good, and it's work. Like I said, every single day. You know, therapy is not. It ain't. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
You got to keep working.
Oh, I love therapy.
Listen.
Yeah, I got fucking kicked the fuck out there and shit. I got fucking. They moved me like slaves and shit, like fucking, like probably them slave ship and shit.
I started like a couple of weeks ago, no, like a month ago. Mm-hmm. I'd be like, "Well, I'm talking to her again." Jesus, so
yeah. No, it gets real. It's very real. It's the realest thing to talk about ever because it happens to everybody and we never talk about it. Yeah. And then we're not prepared for it. We're not prepared.
And that is why, facts. Yep. And so that's why parents are fucking key. You dig? Parents are key, bro. Parents are key, bro.
When it happens to other people, we're not prepared as we get older in life. And then so we don't ever, like you said, let me look at it head on.
Head
For
on.
most of our lives, we don't. Most of our lives, we look away. We do our best to look away from that.
That's what I've been doing all, damn near all my life, looking away and not looking at what it really is. And that's when you get on all that trouble with people because you see all the stuff, but then you turn away. You see the signs, you see the red flags, and then you turn away because you want what you want by any means necessary.
Yeah, no, I get that. So what happens when you're answering those questions and you decide, let me look at this? What happens? Like, how do you feel? Does it change how you feel about it? Does it?
It gives you, I think it's empowering. It makes you strong and like, okay, I'm an adult. I'm growing up. This is something I'm moving past because that's a big thing.
Tomorrow's not promised.
It's long.
Yeah.
You know,
the whole other conversation. We watch it.
Yeah.
And it makes you appreciate, to me,
we're doing.
Yeah.
Life is short. Wrong.
Yeah.
That's,
a lot of years I was chasing shit.
First met me. This is not the same person. You know what I'm saying? Like, you was always strong. You was always, to me, you was always my strong sister. Like, you was like a rock. And I was like, gosh, I need her, because I wasn't that.
Yeah.
I love that you're that now. I love that because I was like, why is she so hard? Why she won't tell? That's what we here for.
Why she don't say?
Because I be coming to you like, oh God, oh this happened, Angie, this happened, crying and shit, and you be like, you all right? You just gotta do this. You gotta do this. I'm like, what you mean? Glasses has been crooked?
No.
Oh, I did.
Fix it.
I fixed it.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Okay.
Well, first of all, I just want to finish that thought because I think maybe this will happen again in life, right? So I used to think, I would say maybe like 5 years ago, I thought I got shit figured out. I know all the things that
nothing. Everything just feels like one thing.
Walking Dead.
But when you get ready to shift, that pain, some kind of trial is coming.
Yeah.
To that you have to feel to get through.
And what about age? Do you think that do you attribute that some of?
I guess being afraid. Let me see.
Right? Like what is that?
I don't know. Play it or not because
at any age.
Right. And it's hard for some people because everybody has a different journey. Everybody don't have the wisdom that you or I have or gone through or did or wanted to go. The first on the pod.
Do you have a bucket list? Is there something you want to do while you're here on this earth? Anything left? Because you've done a lot of shit.
Well, I definitely don't want to ever jump out of a plane. So no, I can't answer that right now. The first thing came to my mind is example. Stop being your worst enemy. Vocally, business-wise, like stop being afraid of you.
Yeah, Shaka.
Shotgun.
Shaka, depending on what day you get her, she could be
shotgun.
This is nothing.
Yeah.
But
it's okay.
This documentary on these aliens, right?
We talked about that.
Because we are light when we leave this body. So I just think of it as we are light, and we're this one big light all over the world. That when we start leaving our bodies, we brighten up the world. But we're spirit people. So imagine us doing that as spirit people, like lifting ourselves up spiritually. And then everybody becoming this big light. And that's what we're doing right now. We're being a big light to somebody at home.
I hope so.
Yeah.
That's the intention for sure.
Yeah, that's how I
leave this shit.
see. That's how I see
So you see yourself.
What are you know what I'm saying? What's in your head?
Yeah. I don't know yet. I have to think about that too. And I love you so much.
When I first met you at the radio station, you like women was always funny with me, you know. And when I met you, I was like, I love her. I never, women are. That's my friend. And look where we at.
Look where we at all these years later. I'm very grateful for that, by the way. I'm very grateful for that. Angie Martinez in Real Life podcast. Chapter 1, we're all gonna
But I just don't think that we know how to die or accept death, and then we don't know how to usher people in.
Hey, we gonna, bro, honestly, bro, we gonna say this for a whole, or should we? Nah, it's probably because I need to take a piss right now. Hold on. That's probably why.
That transition either.
Yeah. What can you teach people about that? Have experience with the experience that you had? Like, what was there anything that comes to mind that you're like, hey, maybe try this?
I think just sitting with someone, I felt like the people that came to just like be with me, and sometimes I think just holding space. It's hard for us because when your friend or someone you love is going through something, you naturally want to fix it. And this is not something to fix. It's something to go through with someone. So you just roll with them. You sit with them. You hold space for them. You hug them. You feed them. You maybe not try to say something that will make them feel better because it's really nothing that'll make them feel better.
And it's not really on you to do.
No,
yeah, right. Don't
it's
put
not
that.
on you. Just hold the space for them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And just be there. That really helped me a lot too.
It's one of the reasons I felt like when we spoke briefly about this about a couple of years ago, I had a car accident and I had some loss in my family, and it shifted how I look at life. And I thought, before that year, I thought I knew everything. I'm spiritual.
Girl, I done read every book and can tell you all the books.
Right, but so when I got rocked like that, it made me realize, oh, you don't know everything, and you're actually doing some things wrong, and you're going to be uncomfortable while you're trying to figure out how to fix it. And so I think I fixed a lot of things. And I think sometimes it takes trauma or it takes tragedy to shift you that way. And that's
Yeah.
one of the reasons I thought about this podcast. But the truth is, why do we wait till somebody dies to think, oh, I gotta live every day?
Yeah.
Oh, life is short. My
That's
time is.
true.
We should be reminded of that all the time because.
Well, I think the pain. I think we have fear of people
Yeah.
dying, so we don't want to face it.
It's people that it's bruh. It's men that are not aligned. You know, after a while, bruh. It could move women out of place, bruh. From who they really are, you know what I'm saying? Of what man and woman is really, you dig? So, that shit, bruh. All it takes is one bad, generation.
Yet until it's in our face. So to already have to, you
But
don't
whether you
really
have fear or
know.
not, it's going to happen.
Yeah, but you don't know till it's at your front door. I always say the front row at the funeral is different. You know, when you have to sit on, like, I've been at a lot of funerals.
I bet.
I've never sat front row at one. That's different.
What does that do to you?
Shift your perspective on life. You know what I mean? Make you see not only that is life short, but that it's a gift. And because everyone's time is so different, what am I doing with this gift? Like, oh man, I need to accept all of it, even the ugly, because it is really a gift, this experience. It's a karmic experience. And that's another thing I used to hear about and not know nothing about it. You know what I mean?
You have to tell me because you've done a lot more work in that space.
No, so
I really haven't. That's one where you were like with healers and all that. I haven't really gone into that.
Well, you're your own healer.
space.
You might not need to, everyone, the path to it is all different as long as you get to the end of it. You know what I mean? You might not need to do all that or have to do all that to find that healer within yourself. I needed guidance, heavy guidance.
Still now.
Yeah.
What has been the best thing you've learned from that or that it's given you?
One of the greatest things I've learned that I'm still learning is that food really helps with depression.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm an emotional eater, so my weight fluctuates. So I get sad and want to eat a Twix or pizza and stuff like that. But it would make me more depressed.
It's so funny that Twix is your
I love Twix.
your go-to.
But then I learned that when I ate higher vibrational foods, I wasn't so down. I wasn't so deep in my depression. So that's one of the things that I'm still trying to apply. And just that healing is such a up and down experience. It's not just shoo, and then I'm gonna become a fairy godmother and fly away.
Right. I'm healed. I'm fine.
Yeah. Hey. Right here, Angie, bruh. You said Angie and Yesenia.
No.
And then forever you're healed and fine.
No, I don't know if that's for anyone.
Yeah.
I've just learned that it does go up and down, and sometimes
Angie and Yesenia.
the shadow work is that to me. Shadow work is really.
What is that?
So it's just digging deep into your ego self and why you either have envy or why you have feeling to compare yourself to others, or why do you feel depression. So digging into that shadow work, that dark side of your other self, that's hard to face, right?
Yeah.
And then I was really big on judgment,
so that's what was happening to Yesenia. But I'll be telling things, right? I'll be going in on the knowledge, right? And I'm like, did I just talk for nothing or what's popping? That should be crazy. I don't even know what the hell be going on.
That to me, shadow work is really.
What is that?
So it's just like digging deep into your ego self and why you either have envy or why you have feeling to compare yourself to others, or why do you feel, depression. So digging into that shadow work, that dark side of your other self. That's hard to face, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm.
She even said, yeah.
And then I was really big on judgment. Like, I could look like they
I
don't
can
need
see
to
that.
that. Yeah, and then
when you think you have it all together, you're very quick to be like,
I
would never do that.
I was so good. Like, I would never. I'm.
And it's I hate this about it, but I feel like I got to know him so much more, like a lot of people did.
Yeah.
After he was gone.
That just means his purpose.
Nipsey Hussle's in a great place. That's for a fact. But this right here, talking about cause she fucking has the same last name, and that's my cousin's name. You dig? She has the same last name, but that's my cousin's name. So pretty much what I'm getting is it's okay to think like that though, because I know what she's thinking about. Like, now I get it, cause like she thinks she's still hella young, right? You know what I'm saying? But I don't even know that she thinks that. But now I do understand that she thinks that. But it's like, damn, what the fuck is going on? And so I'm finding little by little, you dig? What I guess can be told to me or some shit. So yeah, my fucking self over here. You know what I'm saying? I'm just learning every day of what can be so easier. She'd be crazy, bro.
Lives on, you know what I mean? That just means his purpose did not leave with the body, that the spirit just kept moving.
But what the whole world saw and kind of fell in love with, or fell deeper in love with after you were living that.
Yeah, I think, but here's the thing, when someone leaves their body, then they become like ultra human. I was living with the human. Man.
So he was not perfect.
No.
He was not this perfect, like,
who is
doing the right thing, but all the time.
No one is, but he had good intentions. And I think that we are really, intention is so important. We're really like kind of our.
And that's why, my bad to cut you off. And that's why, bro, intention, bro. Yeah, you best watch out, with what you intake as well. That's what, from my experience. Yeah. Yeah, bro.
Our lives are based on like our daily intentions. He had really good intentions. He really meant well.
And he was doing great work.
Yeah.
What he was doing was not light work.
He loved for people to be at a high level. Like, he was not a hater. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so he wasn't really he wasn't someone that operated out of his ego in that space when it came to other people.
Sometimes when people pass early, there's signs of it earlier. This might be a little weird, but and then some that there you never would expect.
No, I thought Hustle was Superman. He'll live forever.
Really?
I thought I was gonna go first.
Really?
I would always ask questions like, "What are you gonna do when I die?" Like I was always so morbid.
You would think that. You would think that.
I thought I was gonna die early in my 20s because I had.
And guess what that does? That's realism. It brought out questions that was scorpionic. You dig? And so what does that mean? She felt very vulnerable and comfortable with Nipsey Hussle. Energy don't lie. Energy don't lie.
I don't know. I used to have these like crazy dreams growing up. So, but then I had Cameron, and I was like, oh, I guess I'm not gonna pass early. I didn't.
If I say that all the time, does that bring it? I'm like, no, because my intention is really, it's not about that. It's about life. It's about just reminding ourselves that our time here is limited.
Yeah.
And so then once I kind of came to grips with that, then I was like, oh, it's okay. I'm not willing because you
no,
believe
you're not
that too.
willing.
I'm not willing that.
No,
right? Okay.
no. I think you're giving out information, and you're also making people comfortable with a topic that we
don't ever face until it's too late, or until it's
we're not prepared. We're not prepared.
And then there's a whole other thing about it that we're not prepared for, just in dealing with it. Like
it's the 3 years. It's the 3 years later for me that I feel really kicks in. The 5 years later, like
what is that?
Because at first you're in shock, and then there's a lot of attention and love around you, and then people get back to their lives, and then now you're like, well, how do I get back to my life when it's shifted so much? And then what does life look like for me now? And then you're like rebirthing. Then someone dies, and now you're in a rebirth. But you're in the rebirth, and that's weird.
And then people kind of start going away.
People, they live their lives.
Yeah.
Then they start talking bad about you again. They don't give a fuck about you no more.
Who is talking bad about you?
No, I'm just saying,
Tell
anybody.
me right now.
No. Anybody.
Who did it?
No one did anything. Okay. But you know what I mean? They're like, oh.
Because do you feel like there's an army of people out here that want to protect you?
I do, yeah. I feel like people do
like
love
if you said
me.
who did it right now, I feel like there would be an army of people that would show up for you.
That makes me feel good inside.
You do, right?
I didn't always feel like that, yeah.
I feel like you are definitely, people want to protect you and people want to like show you love. Even when I say I'm talking to Lauren, they're like, oh God, how's she doing?
See?
Everybody's like, there's like a soft, like, I don't know, it's like
maybe
a tender
because people
spot.
knew I was on my way out. I was feeling like, I don't know.
No, I did think about you a lot though during those times and prayed for you a lot in that times. But now that you're like, and then you get to a place where you want to do rebirth. How are you doing that? Are you doing that?
Yeah, I have to.
You started working again.
Yeah, I just finished. I just did a whole movie.
You did another. Well, you did the movie.
Oh yeah, I
with
did it too.
Michael B.
Oh shit, yeah. Yeah,
Hello.
you're right. And that's so grief also messes up your memory.
Wasn't that the first time?
Yeah, that was
the first thing you did.
But grief really strikes your memory different.
What does it do?
It just like you block out a lot of things. Huh. You know when you're pregnant and you're like, I have pregnancy brain?
Yes.
Grief brain is real.
Really? And still happening? Is it still happening? All the time?
People would tell me about something that happened in 2016 and I'm like, yeah, I don't remember. I like block a lot of my old life out in a weird way.
Are you proud of yourself?
Yeah.
Why?
It's gonna sound crazy, but I'm taking, there was a time I couldn't even take a shower. There was a time I didn't even laugh. And I remember feeling so dark, like, am I ever going to laugh? You know what I mean? Am I ever going to, something really make me chuckle genuinely? And yeah, I have laughed, and I take a lot of showers.
You take a shower? Did you take a shower today?
I took one today.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Your hair is done. You look like you got
my nails are done. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, I was really in a dark space.
Yeah.
I think, and I am someone that I don't just feel it. I go in it. Mm-hmm. I'm just proud that I'm not where I was 3 years ago.
What do you want to do still? Have you thought about that? Like, what is if we're talking about like our time is limited here, like what do you want to do with the rest of that?
I really want to like be peaceful, and I would like to like give peace to others. It's very simple. I don't think I don't have like these large accomplishments anymore. Where like, oh, I want to win an Oscar. Like, I don't have those.
Did you use it? That was used.
Yeah, but I think that was because that was like expected. Like that's what you're supposed to want to do.
Yeah.
I don't know if I ever really cared. But I think I just don't want to miss my mark. Whatever God has for me to do on earth in the realest way, I do not want to miss that mark. I just want to do that every day.
So do you know what that mark is, or are you still figuring it out all the time?
I'm still figuring it out. I do feel like having a good intention, speaking out, being kind to people, not overexerting myself because then I'll be a fraud. I do think that a lot of my work now might not be in front of the camera. It might be behind the camera and encouraging someone else in front of the camera. I want to be more creative behind the scenes.
Is there anything you don't want to do that maybe you used to do?
Red carpets.
That's some top-notch answer.
I felt that deep. I felt
I don't really want to walk those no more. Damn.
If you could live your life perfectly.
Never again.
Never again.
Or work out. I wouldn't pick up a damn weight.
No Soul Cycle for you?
Oh, child, no. I would be sitting up there chilling in the mountains. But yeah, I mean, I am grateful of the jobs that I recently just did. They were really good. Peace and protection. Those are really important for me.
For you, for your family,
for my
kids.
family.
Yeah.
For my family. Yeah.
What about anger?
No, and that's the thing. I'm not angry. I'm not angry as much as I am like, You know what I mean?
Never, at no point did that kick in?
Of course, it does, and I get agitated with people easier, or I feel like it came disguised as control. Now I have like strong control issues that I'm working through. I have to control every little thing in a weird way because maybe I don't want to be angry
or surprised.
But that could traumatized. But that could be underneath that. Sadness clearly is anger, but it hasn't showed up how it used to. Where for me, I used to like ready to fight.
Who was you fighting?
Oh my God, myself mostly. But you know what I mean. Anything, anybody, like anything would piss me off, and I'd be like, well, what were we gonna do with it? You want to fight? No, cool, shut it up. Like, you know what I mean? That was always instead of like talking things out, I'd be like, are we fighting? No, so shut the fuck up. You know what I mean?
In relationships too, you combative in your relationship.
No, I'm not fighting in my relationship.
Not physically, but
am I combative? I think I used to have a really smart ass mouth.
Yeah, I could see that. I could totally.
I think I was
see
always. I always say I'm not good for the male ego. I'm not the partner for. If you have an ego that needs to be stroked, I'm not your girl.
You got the wrong chick.
Because I'm giving all truth. I'm truth down. Like, not so much. You know what I mean?
They probably love that about you.
I think it makes me a good friend.
Because it's honest, right?
Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm going to keep it real with you. Because I want you to be your highest, you know?
And you're like that with your kids too, I imagine.
I'm so honest with my damn kids, my poor kids. But that makes them trust me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That makes them, and that makes me trust them.
How are they doing through everything?
You know, theirs shows up in different ways. And I'm sure, kids they internalize everything until they get in their teens. So I'm sure, I'm trying my best to help them cultivate how to deal with their emotions as best as I can through therapy and, I try to give examples.
Judgment karma right here. No one dies. No one dies. No. Damn. Shit.
You tell them about that. Do you talk to them? 'Cause
Yeah,
I feel like
so
you don't ever talk to kids
Oh,
about
well,
that.
I had to. I was the one who had to break the news to them. So
no.
yeah. So, but no one could have done that for me. I had to do that.
Of course.
Um,
Nobody prepares you for that. In life.
no. Even though, in my previous years, I went to a seminar about death.
Okay, you have to tell. Well, you're
Oh
just
my
telling
God.
me this now.
I know, yeah.
Please share. Please share. Why?
I have a friend.
Why were you there, and what did you learn?
I learned that no one really dies, and that it's just an experience in the physical form, and we're attached to our personalities, but that we're just souls, and that we continue and continue and continue. And if you have a spiritual relationship with someone on Earth, you will have one with them when you leave Earth. So I did this 2-day seminar on death. So.
And this was how long ago?
I had to be 25.
What sent you there? Do you find that weird though?
I'm weird.
No, it's not weird that you would go. It's almost like you were preparing yourself for what you would have to
Well,
deal
I told
with.
you I didn't have such a connection to Earth at a young age.
I know, but you don't find that as you were.
Yeah, ang though. This is goat talk right here.
Were preparing yourself for what you were going to have to deal with.
But that we're all going to have to deal with.
That's true. Point. All right. Very good. That's a solid point, Lauren.
You know what I mean?
Solid
it's not
point.
just me. We
You're
all
right.
have to go through it.
This is the point of this conversation.
Right?
Yes. Sorry. I forgot. Even I forget sometimes. This is going to happen to every single human.
It is.
But why were you so aware of that, and what even sent you there? You just
I am a little bit of a fanatic about truth. So if it's something, I love truth. So I think I'm telling you, I did.
Truth heals. In a lot of ways. Yep. So you're either on that team or that team.
Did a lot of spiritual work as a young girl because I had a pretty traumatic childhood that I needed to get some peace. Now this is my second trauma, and this is my second quest for a deeper spiritual understanding. So now I was reading all the books, but now I'm applying all the books. So yeah, I did this seminar. I went to this conference.
Yeah, but does it really serve? If 3 people in the room are down, does it serve for you to go down with them?
No,
It
you don't have to go
doesn't.
down with them, but that's really good. You're an empath. Because that means you're really intuitive.
I think we should all be empathetic.
Yeah, but some of us aren't that touched with other people's energy because we're too much in our own.
But you don't think consuming other people's energy could sometimes not be?
Well, you have to learn to
Well, this is what I'm working.
Yeah,
on.
okay, got it.
Oh, damn. Wish you could fucking tell me that, Miss Angie.
I can't, if my friend's going through, I can't go down with you. I have to be able to hear you and then go have my day.
That's your
Otherwise,
practice then.
It's so hard.
See,
Angie, all you gotta tell me is, what the fuck you feel at the moment. And so, okay. Not all the time, but sometimes I don't know. Bro, what the hell is that horny energy coming around? Fucking made me finna yank my shit. Yeah, that's that though. That's besides that fucking shit. But because that shit is true story. Yeah. Man. But, over time, what I've learned is you know how people argue and stuff for the truth? So if that person doesn't want to tell you, right, that what's going on and shit, whatever, play this game or not a game, just don't know how to communicate or something, God will tell you what's popping. You just, what I learned over time is you will get your answer. Just be patient and watch. So there's no need to argue no more. You dig? That's what I learned over time. And so, yeah. Just be patient. Be patient. Patience. Patience can be hard though for patience can be hard when people don't believe in you, or like trying to take you out your spot and play you like a guitar, and play you like a piano, and play you like a mixer. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So,
I don't have that issue.
Oh,
I
okay,
wish I
good.
did.
No, you don't.
I mean, of course I have like
Don't wish
compassion.
for any issues, by the
No,
way.
but I mean, I wish that.
no, Lauren. Lauren, stay who you are, Lauren. No, you don't. No. Lauren, stay at your spot. Yeah. I feel like my words went out one year, out the other, for all these years. And there's still fucking conflict. Like, how? I'm explaining myself how to, for Angie to treat me how I'm supposed to be treated, right? And it's not even like food and stuff don't even make up for that. Food and stuff don't make up for that, but it just takes the time even longer, and yeah.
I guess I am. I do pick up my energy really well, but it's too heavy for me right now. Yeah.
Everywhere you go, right?
Not even just. I mean, it's not even that, because he's in my house everywhere, and I sleep and wake up with him on my mind, so I'm in it. But it's just that LA feels really heavy. It feels heavy for me.
And so for your kids, you would stay put. Is that
I'm staying put right now, yeah. And then I just don't think it's like a good time for like the want to disappear, but I don't think that's a part of my calling. You know what I mean? I think I'd be being
Sorry to
selfish.
say, I don't think so either.
Yeah, I think I'd be selfish, and I think then I wouldn't be complete. But the selfish side of me would love to disappear sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Do you do things for yourself like that? Do you do?
They have to force me out.
Outside?
That's right. And then now I guess I have a reputation that I don't go nowhere. Because I'm like, no one invites me anywhere. No,
Really?
for nothing.
Come on, guys.
I'm going to say it. They don't invite me nowhere.
Maybe they're
BET
worried.
always invites me.
They
Thank
do.
you, BET. Y'all make me feel seen. In essence, thank y'all. But and nobody else, they don't invite me nowhere.
Why do you think that is?
Because, Yan says, because I don't go nowhere.
Well, because you have to be. Do you ever think about yours?
Yes.
What is it? What do you?
I would love to leave generational wealth for my grandkids. And I would like to leave have a sweet place in everyone's heart that I met.
Because people look at you and they see Nipsey forever, right? Do you have a responsibility, or do you put that responsibility on yourself to kind of almost like rep his legacy? Or
I mean, especially for my son. You know what I mean? We share a 5-year-old, so yeah, I have to. But I'm very big on integrity and honor naturally. So I'm going to always intend to hold myself up and have integrity in what I do and honor in what I do, and, try to always think about, like, what would Hustle do if it was me? So I just try to maintain that, what he would do. And
That
he would
feels like a what will hustle do. I feel like the marathon store should have a what will hustle do t-shirt.
I'm always thinking like, what will hustle do in this situation?
That's amazing. I asked you that because I think some people could get lost in somebody else's legacy. You know what I mean? When you're connected to somebody so strong and people look to you for that
He
too.
would never want me to do that. He would never want me to do that. So many conversations we had about my own destiny, my own marathon. You know, he used to always be like, "Boog, you your own. You the one. You got it." Like, you know, he would hype me up so much. Like, he would never want me to just get lost in his purpose and miss my mark, whatever that is, big or small. He wouldn't want that. Like, I wouldn't want that for anybody. I wouldn't want my kids to be caught up behind me either, you know?
A very easy mistake for people to make.
Well, yeah, because you also feel like, you know, you're still attached to them. But a lot of your own purpose and living in your truth makes you more connected to them. You know what I mean? The very thing we're afraid to do is what keeps us away.
Living in truth, whew. It makes you feel gold. It makes you feel golden. It makes you feel holy. Ever since I was little, all I asked was, what's the truth? I want to know the truth, God. And so who am I talking to? Higher self, the higher self. The higher self vibration of yourself. And knowing that there's one creator of all things and there's one observer that captured the moments.
What's on your bucket list? Do you have one thing you want to do?
Live in an ashram for like a year and devote like a very monk style life for a year or two.
Oh yeah, that would help. Yeah. I've done that before. And so what does that happen after that? From my experience, when I did that, like a 2 year of just straight peace, like after that, there was a whole new level of what? Of feeling like, damn, I thought I knew everything. So it's pretty beautiful how the creator made the universe. It's beautiful.
One year. And what is that? What would that entail?
Just like devote to God
I don't know why
all day.
my voice went down here when I asked you that.
Because I'm deeper than the earth. No, I would just like to like spend time only devoting to God in nature. I want to like get that deep within myself.
For a year?
Yes.
So
okay. Yes. What? And then like, all this like natural food, and then like go to the waterfall and shower in the waterfall, and just.
I could do that for 2 weeks strong.
Really?
Yes.
But imagine what a year does to you.
Yeah.
You'll probably never come back the same.
Is that
You'll
what you
be
want?
glowing like, bruh, my gosh. The glow will be fucking, like, god damn.
Because, like, would you want to not come back the same?
Yeah. I feel like it might be the jolt I need one day. I'm telling you, I just am like a big student on truth. Like, I want to know, especially after this happened, I'm just like, okay, God, I want to know a lot of your mysteries.
I mean, that's a beautiful thing, no?
On my relationship with God. And I remember hearing people used to say, you know, you don't really have a relationship till you question God.
The dark skies. You know the shadow work? The dark skies is outcasted. It's deemed as evil. But it's really wholesome. Because don't you need dark and light to feel like you are right? Because with dark and light, you can make the light deemed right. On God, bro. Darkness and lightness. Darkness and light. Dark and light. Is much needed. But light wins. Light overstands darkness. That's why, light knows how much you can handle. Like how God says, I know how much you can handle. Spiritual strong. I was scratching my bicep. Spiritual strong. Spiritual strong, though.
Mm-hmm. And I had a lot of questions afterwards. Real ones.
You want to share any?
I just was like, I prayed really hard when I heard he had got shot. And so then I felt like, my prayer didn't work. So prayer didn't work. So then I was like, what's really going on? Why? How? I feel like God dropped the ball on me. That's how I felt. I took it real personal. And then I started to feel like, why not you? Why not you, girl? Who are you? Women go through this daily. Why not you? And so then I had to get out my ego. And then my relationship started.
Ooh, I just felt something when you said that. I caught a little...
You did. See, I told you, it's something. Something is...
Hold up. Let me show you some. Fuck. Actually, I gotta find it. I gotta find it. I can't show you right now. Damn. Yeah.
What is that?
I'm telling you.
That's crazy.
It's called this truth and like confirmation. Mm-hmm. I like when spirit confirms.
There's something you said earlier in this that I don't know. It will stick with me forever because I never really thought about it. You said earlier about you sitting front row at a funeral, and I do remember because I wasn't there at Nip's service. I watched that on TV, and you came out with your kids, and I don't know if when you came out, everybody was like, because everybody had been feeling for you so strongly, and you seemed, I don't know, just like so regal and so. Did you feel that way? You looked so put together and strong.
I just felt like it was surreal, and I felt like I can honestly say God was carrying me through that. That wasn't me. That was all God. Because there was no way. I didn't even want to get dressed. I was gonna wear sweats. And,
were you really? Did somebody?
Like, I'm not getting. Yeah.
Did somebody pull you aside?
Somebody pulled me aside. Puff.
Really?
Puff pulled me aside and was like, "Look, bud, you have showed everybody what it looks like to hold a man down and to love him. Now show them what it looks like when it all crumbles. That's your responsibility." I hope he doesn't mind me sharing that. But Puff was my, he's like a real brother.
He's been through a lot of loss too.
Right. So he was like, you show up. Because he heard, I don't know who told Puff I was.
Somebody called Puff. Somebody called Puff. Somebody in your family, on your team called Puff. Like, yo, talk to Laura.
Because I was like, I'm wearing whatever. I'm not supposed to, I was like giving that. And so he was like, no, show up. Show up with your head up. So I really think God just carried me through that because I don't know how. I don't know how I stood on 2 feet.
Like, you got up that day. You had your hair done.
I was just there. I was just there. It was like I was floating through it. I was legit. I don't remember half of it.
And when did you come back?
When it was like all done. Like, it was over. It was over. And everybody went back to their lives and it faded to black. Then it got real. Then I was like, oh shit, you in this. It's like, it's a tunnel, baby, and you gotta walk through. It's no shortcuts out. You can't turn back around because there's nothing back there. And all you see is pitch black ahead. You don't know how long this tunnel is, and ain't nobody else in it with you. You hear some people, but you can't see them.
Ooh. Do you ever want to give up?
Yes.
In those moments? Do you think about that?
Yeah, I do. But then I also feel like my kids deserve happiness. And I always like, my kids deserve a very happy mom. They deserve joy. Why would I rob them of that? You know, so that gets me up.
And they seem like they have joy. They seem like, I mean, from the pictures.
No, Cam loves when I go to work. He's like, you're going to work? You got a job? I'm like, somebody please give me a job for him, because it just don't ever, he loves when I'm at work because it makes him feel like our old life. You know what I mean? It makes him feel like, oh, she's moving, like life is happening, you know?
Because did you let them see you dark? Like when you were in did they?
Yeah.
They had no choice, right?
Yeah.
You weren't going to abandon them.
It was real.
They saw
and
it.
I was very honest with them. This is life. I'm not going to pretend this don't exist. This is sadness.
Some people might, you know.
I mean,
like,
it's just, I think it's just a choice in parenting.
Yeah.
You know, I'm very transparent with my kids because, you know, I don't want them to have a false reality of life. You know what I mean? I want them to be like strapped up and ready to go.
Where are you? If you don't want to answer this or you don't like the question, we throw it away.
What?
But where are you with love?
Oh, I this doesn't bother me because here's the thing. I have another perspective on relationships, and you don't want to have that conversation with me.
Okay.
I think a lot of them are ego-driven and they're not pure.
I believe that too.
So why would I take myself in this vulnerable state into my ego and I'm trying to get out of it? I'm in death of the ego space. Why do I need another, why? Does that make my life complete? I'll never get married. Does that mean I'm not on purpose?
I need you to explain.
I'm gonna get a lot of slack for this one because I have a whole thing about it.
No, I need to know.
Okay.
That. I mean, that's not a small thing to drop. Like,
okay.
Because relationships are hard as fuck.
Absolutely.
Right? And so.
Mine was.
It was?
Very hard. Hell yeah.
Because we make it like a fantasy in our heads. Like, you guys had the perfect relationship. You were on the horse.
Listen,
we saw you on the horse.
We had pure love. We had pure love, but that does not mean that we were not human and our egos did not get attached in aspects of our relationship. But we definitely had pure love.
But you had enough intention to probably like dissect or break down.
Always.
Okay.
Good intentions.
But break that down for people.
Yes.
About relationships and ego, and because some people probably don't even think about that.
No, and I didn't think about it until I wasn't in relationship anymore because of the death, right? A lot of times, not all the time, we are in such of in our ego that we are in possession of another person. We're not experiencing them. We're not totally loving them and letting them be free. We think we're supposed to be together forever. And that's not a spiritual relationship. Spiritual relationship is without the ego. It is we are together. I bring you up, inspire you, you inspire me. Now, if there ever comes a point where
hard head, bro. See.
I'm not inspired anymore and that now I'm in my ego, now I feel I need to possess you, now I feel the need to control you and you're mine, I'm in my ego. And that's not love. There's love in there, but now I'm operating more in my ego and not in my pure love. And I can say this because I operated from these spaces before.
I was gonna ask you.
Yeah, absolutely. You mine.
Yeah.
And can't nobody, you know what I mean? But that, nobody is yours unless the agreement is that we're gonna experience Earth a little bit longer than some. Right? I just don't feel the need to participate in my ego and someone else in theirs anymore. And I've experienced pure love. I am not without pure love. I might not ever be married, but I experience pure love. And that's with
You
Nip.
experience it now.
I mean,
with
with Nip. I got that. I got to see that on Earth.
Woo.
I don't need to do that again. I like to feel enlightenment with God. Now, like I said, I don't know when I'm 50, 60, 70. But 37,
I'm good.
I'm good. I'm good. I don't want it. I don't want it.
So how
now.
did you get that with Nip? How did you put ego aside? And
I didn't get to do it when Nip was here. I didn't get to do it when he was here. I was very much in my control. I love you so much, I wanted to just hold on to you forever. Then life happened. Then it's like you can't hold on forever.
No.
Then I had to learn how to have the spiritual relationship. Then I had to dig deep into myself. But I mean, I wasn't always so in my fear of losing him. Because that's another thing, we get in our fear of losing this relationship, this connection.
And that's, yeah, bro.
What our life looked like together, that then we just hold on to it so tight, it ends up slipping out anyway. You know what I mean? Like I said, I lost myself in a lot of aspects of my relationship, but I didn't start like that. It was very pure, good intention. We loved each other, right?
Yeah.
And we loved each other till the end of time. But I was still human, and I didn't learn that part of myself yet. I didn't know I had that possession and like, oh, I love you so much, please don't leave.
That's a good reminder for people to just check themselves.
I mean, it's...
What did I say? I said in my other videos, parents need to have, parents need to say, like, check yourself to the children, And then they're going to ask, what does that mean? Observe and feel what you like and don't like. And you can report back to your parents and, you know what I'm saying? Keep tabs and notes and stuff like that. And there you go. No really big troubles that need to be seem that there just will be no troubles if checking yourself is said to the child at a young age with explanation of what that means. Observe and feel what you like and don't like. What you feel connected to and what you don't feel connected to. Like, I feel like that's a key one right there, like telling the child, like, to say like, I don't know, I feel connected to this. I don't feel connected to that. I feel connected to this.
It's really hard to learn.
And can you be, because you could do that now in retrospect, but can you do that in actual real life? Not you, but I'm just
I
in
don't
general,
know,
right?
and I don't want to know. You see my point? I'm cool. Like, I don't even know if I want to practice that. It's
Right.
hard.
Yeah. So when you talk about ego and all, that's
All
a lot
fear.
of that is fear, right?
All
so
fear.
So I love my man so much, I don't want anything to happen to him. I don't want him. So I'm gonna keep him right here, it's because it's fear.
Total fear.
Yeah. Or am I good enough? Or am I,
In the competition aspect of it all. I'm out that game. I'm so happy I'm out that game.
You out that game? That's not a fun game.
Done. Done. God bless it though.
Well,
I just need to be like a nun somewhere.
Yeah, I'm not really. I mean, I respect you.
Strong. And maybe if I did, it would have came in another lesson. It just came in this one. Mm-hmm.
Well, you have many lessons to teach us all.
On my TED Talk.
What would your TED Talk be on?
Death.
Really?
It would be on death, and it would be on what happens when your earth blows up. What happens after that? How do you, what do the ashes look like? How do you pick up from
the rising phoenix?
Ash. It's like Phoenix rising.
That should be the name of your TED Talk. Phoenix Rising.
Yeah.
Lauren Rising.
Lauren Rising. I'm telling you. Yeah, I'm into that. And I'm trying to get Anita Baker tickets. So like those things I'm into. Michelle Pharrell.
So much, baby.
Thank you.
That was so good. That was so young.
That was a great one. That was a real ass interview. Oh God. That a lot of women should watch. No cap. So let's like this, right? And you can subscribe too. But yeah, bruh. Whoo. That was a deep end one. For sure.